On this Elimination Sunday. NiKo and Hunter once lifting trophies together as teammates in the G2 jersey, but now one must eliminate the other in pursuit of his dreams. There's no such thing as family today when they enter the server in Counter-Strike. All they've got is the guys next to them sharing the weight of this moment and the obstacles on the other side, standing between them and the Budapest Major playoffs. It's G2, Falcons, starting off here on Ancient.
And straight away.
Listen, boys. If anyone is tilted, if anyone has something, just look at me, okay? I will take this match full Joker.
It's going to be an A plate for Falcons. Everybody setting up in towards main. Hunter the closest over towards the donut, and Malves will play in red. It's quiet for the moment, but this game will get loud soon. Hunter will be the first player taking contact here for G2. Playing outside of the donut, deploys the defensive smoke. Flashes from Malves to set him up. Hunter goes into the peak. m0NESY stepping forward. No kills yet. Awkward with his smokes up, and Mattis draws first blood. NiKo to hunt down Malves in the bomb site, and Falcons starting to plant it. m0NESY's going to come away with his life, and we settle into a 4v4.
Yeah, looked a little bit scattered on the entrance, didn't it? Oh, good control over towards Temple. Nice shot from NiKo. A great game out of him would be lovely to start this series out.
Yeah, fired up and firing early here is NiKo. We've got Heavy God and Mattis coming back in from CT spawn. Okay, NiKo. That is exactly what NiKo's bringing to the server today. You talk about the headline of this game, the familial bond, the familiarity, and he doesn't care. He wants Falcons to get into that playoffs, and that is a statement of how NiKo wants this game to continue.
Yeah, it's an ace in the pistol. I love the way it comes out as well. These are the precise shots that NiKo's known for. Everything we love about his game is on display here. Look how precise. Look at the transfer over. And that's a guy who does not want another devastating loss on his major resume.
Not at all. I mean, can you ask for a better way to start for NiKo? The amount of criticisms he gets in important games where he goes missing and can sometimes choke away. Well, a great start here for Falcons. All 5 kills picked up for NiKo.
And now they have complete mid-control. Kyosuke going to lead the way. Major rookie. The tip of the spear for Falcons in round 2, and they're just going to silently creep up in towards Red Room. Nobody spots this. Nobody knows. Hunter coming back to address the situation.
Already through. Hunter waiting with the MP9 towards CT. Clears out the first. Kixon's gone. Kyosuke able to come in with a response in a 4v4. Straight away here, G2 showing some threats. Oh, Mattis. Yeah, she got hit by the utility inside of that smoke, and NiKo knows exactly where he is. Takes the kill. We've got Tesses through A main and Heavy God. Oh, cleared out by the MP9. Tesses sunk.
Yeah, might not be much more he can do, but if he's enough of a distraction, Malves might be able to grab something. Kyosuke's gone down. Bomb hitting the deck inside the A bomb site. NiKo standing tall. Yet another kill to bring Falcons back into this 2-on-2.
Well, it's the m0NESY and NiKo up against Heavy God and some Pius. 30 seconds on the clock. Bomb still in the possession of m0NESY.
Yeah, but NiKo's not around to protect him, so he's actually just got a dip. 100 HP on m0NESY, 30 on NiKo. Over towards Red Room, Sunpius has them locked in. One of the new additions to the G2 roster who's been looking so good in a resurgent performance here at the Major. Been a wonderful tool for G2 on that AWP. Now NiKo going to set up some utility. Heading towards the B bomb site, and Sunpius playing from cave.
Oh, they jump towards him. Pressure's on. Sunpius backing away with time. Yeah, none of it. They have to go for kills, and look where Heavy God is, all the way over towards the A site. Falcons run short on time.
And this is how we've seen so many devastating losses from Falcons, is these kinds of silly mistakes, losing track of the timer, losing track of how much time is left in the round to get the objective done. And that is a round just given over. NiKo and m0NESY not scraping things together fast enough. I don't even know if they would have had time even if Sunpius wasn't here. They didn't. It's not like he stalled them out whatsoever. And it's a big talking point. NiKo referenced this in the interview just leading into this match, is those silly mistakes that don't work when you want to beat some of the best teams in the world. Well, they've already got one early on here on Ancient. And you got to treat this as a must-win map, knowing what's coming next in the series.
m0NESY blinded, held away. It's Malves to move forward, and m0NESY gone. Opening kill in favor of G2. Looking to capitalize on their previous round chance to take the lead of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if this extends into just a G2 going on a bit of a streak, it's going to feel worse and worse for Falcons, and then you're battling your own mentality. Early slip-up from Falcons after the really special pistol round from NiKo. Destroys all their momentum, and now G2 has stalled them out. 5-on-4, they've got complete control of the map, all the way pushed down mid. Control of the B double doors.
Mattis waits his great flash here. Kyosuke going through. NiKo trades it out. 9-0 start here on the map, and NiKo makes it 10. Spots out some players, and NiKo does not want a devastating loss today. He is fighting forward for Falcons in these first 3 rounds. NiKo finally put in the ground by Hunter. Kixon and Tesses, a 2v2 left, but Hunter, look at the amount of damage he sustains as well. He's down to 12 HP. This is very doable for Falcons, thanks to NiKo again.
Yeah, I don't even mind that he went for that. A little bit of a heat check from NiKo, but he's up to something special today. Gotta be feeling good about it. Bomb planted, Falcons back off. They're gonna play with the bomb as a teammate. It's up to Mobs and Hunter to put this together. There's one kit available on Mobs, but no utility.
Creeping in. G2 getting closer and closer to the site. Tap on the defuse. The Molotov ready for Kixan. It's not the stick, and so it's not the round here for G2. It is NiKo stepping up, finding the impact up through the ramp. Incredible work. They're onto the defuse, but it's going to be stopped. Tesses makes sure of it, and then he swings to close it out. And NiKo lets out a celebration because his hard work wasn't for nothing.
Yeah, he's got Falcons there 2 rounds. The ace and the pistol. Now these entrances, these fantastic trades. Coming back late and converting a 4 versus 5. Great to see him in this form to kick off this first map. We've seen some great games from him so far in this major. Just as his reputation has taken some hits, as this Falcons team has struggled to find some success. He's got him going early and neither team giving an inch.
You come into every major cycle if you're NiKo, and each one gets more and more heartbreaking. Watch him leave in Paris without making it to the playoffs, missing out on a CSGO title.
Yeah, ending his CSGO career saying, I never deserved to win a major in CSGO, which are just heartbreaking words.
Makes a big move to Falcons, and CS2 has brought Monacy over from the G2 organization to join him. They've got a new talent in Kyosuke, building a team around him. Some even questioning, is NiKo still the main character in this team? You know, now we look at the youngsters coming up as well. Certainly the headline story is, will NiKo get his world championship? And coming into another major, a heartbreak in Austin, and down to the final day of play here in stage 3, and he has to go up against his former organization, his former teammates, and own cousin. It is a story that NiKo wants to be a successful one for him. You know, he's had too many heartbreaks, too many frustrations, and great start here. Let's see if he can keep it up.
He's 11-1 so far, so things are looking good, and I like the confidence we're seeing out of him, the swagger to just put your chest out and challenge up the ramp. Opening kill from NiKo, can't find the second, and then he gets too many targets.
Yeah, but Monacy's right back with that MP5, gets himself a double kill in response, but Mattis drops him, so it's on Kyosuke. The new kid for the Falcons here at the Major, looking to step up with a clutch early on.
Look at the time though, 22 seconds. Smoke still hasn't faded. Another one comes down, but it's way too deep. He'll step in front, 18 seconds as he makes his move.
Yeah, walks into the site. Everybody talking about Kyosuke's potential coming into this year. Finally got his break to get into a tier 1 roster. Hasn't picked that bomb up though, and I think he's realized now there's no way to win it. Not finding the bomb in the site, not finding any kill opportunities. He's going to slip away, save the AK, and that is a great round for G2 all of a sudden coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, no one able to win 2 in a row quite yet. You could see what it means to him, and both teams playing very smart in these situations. G2 not over-peaking, not overextending, able to find NiKo in a 2-on-1 fight, never giving him those 1-on-1s. Tough battle brewing here on Ancient, and a timeout is taken early by Falcons. Sonic not super pleased that they haven't been able to capitalize on the 2 rounds that NiKo has provided.
Yeah, great rounds as well from NiKo, and no one else able to sort of let that snowball. And their money is so scrappy, their buys are so scrappy. And the other exciting thing about this game is Saul versus Zonic in the coaching department. You know, we got Zonic, who's considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest coach of all time by many. And on the other side of things, we've got Saul, who's the new age coach, the new one that we're expecting big things of in his career.
Well, Zonic's got the hardware. Saul has been spending the last few years putting together teams from scraps that keep getting poached and players taken away from him, and having to rebuild and bring young guys in and teach him the game that he wants them to play. He's done a phenomenal job, and he's earned his spot behind the G2 squad here at the Major.
And thinking of it that way, Falcons, the checkbook is open. Zonic has been able to go out and get the talent that he wants. The NiKos, the Monacys, the Kyosukes. Saw throughout his career has had to build from scratch, and we'll see if he's able to do it again with G2 here. Utility dropping down into the A site. Here come Falcons right at Hunter. It's TeSeS, the first victim of the round. Mobs racing back over to the donut, and Hunter again, more impact. This time catching NiKo through the smoke. That plant is a tap, not a commitment, and Hunter walks in. Heavy guard mobs, kills come through, leaving m0NESY in an impossible situation. A 1v4 left in front of him.
Yeah, Hunter did his job exactly. There's really no chance they even take significant damage from this. A couple kills would be great for m0NESY if he can find him, but it's going to be really hard to manage with this Galil. There's the peak, immediate gush. Just 31 HP, sounded worse than it was. Only gets the 1 kill on a Sunpias. And G2 convert 2 in a row, and they take a 1-round lead, and they'll have the economic advantage moving forward. So Falcon's going to have to sit back without a bomb plant. Hunter with the opening kills on the defense.
Yeah, he handles this pressure very well. Uses his own utility so effectively. Flash off the box into the kill on TeSeS. Smoke break with the HE into the second kill.
Hunter and NiKo being teammates for 5 years, obviously, but the last time they did play each other at a major, it was the 2019 StarLadder Berlin Major. Yeah. And that was a victory by Hunter as well with his crazy squad. It was the run at the major that put Hunter's team on the map.
Heavy guard holding on with a quick double. Falcons rush into the B-bomb site, hoping that the speed is enough to overwhelm and get into the site. With one piece of utility thrown down into the middle of the bomb site itself. And the goal here in this round is a bomb plant. They've succeeded in getting that extra money. And then Sunpias goes into the fight. m0NESY looking to try and pull a couple more players to the grave, and he's done very well to remove Heavy guard. The problem is utility now lands at his feet, and he doesn't have enough health to really tank it, but there is a piece of sanctuary, and all of a sudden, m0NESY getting the money shots finally taken down. He was doing some incredible work down there in the pit, and that round was all about money for Falcons. Getting the bomb plant, they did not expect all those kills.
Yeah, that's the exact round you'd love to have. I mean, wonderful performance from m0NESY. 4 kills, a bomb plant, plenty of money for you, taking a lot of cash out of the G2 hands. But none of that matters if Falcons can't come out on top and actually convert it. They bruised the economy of G2, but they haven't broken it yet.
Nice.
Close win. We head into round 7. 3 in a row now for G2 on defense here on Ancient.
Quick up the B lane here is NiKo. Strong position to get this early in the round. There's kyosuke. Important fight for him going out and challenging. He has mobs, and kyosuke doubles up. It's Hunter also gone. Mattis on the swivel, turns back. kyosuke dead in middle. At least one response here from G2, and there's more fights still to come.
A very convincing call from Kixen as well. Moving to the B bomb, so we got 2 kills in middle. You know the defense is going to have to shift over, so wide open.
Oh, timing, look at that. Heavy guard able to catch Kixen, look it away. The bomb plant is coming through, but once again, it'll be a retake scenario for G2, one that they certainly can still win.
Oh, absolutely. Have control of Cube. NiKo's kind of out in the open, a little bit awkward. No one's actually got the flank wrapping around towards B ramp, but thankfully nobody from G2 heading into that situation.
Yeah, flash into the play. It's NiKo looking for that fight. He's got the control and not really catching the favorable timings here. He's worried about getting pushed from Mattis, but NiKo's so aware of the situation. Hunts down Mattis, gets a strong area for this post plant, and even TeSeS on the retreat. Heavy got it, called it off. He went for the save, and there's no mercy on the round here, as Falcons will just let Sunpias get away.
NiKo's got an attitude tonight. You can see him hunting down a kill. He was probably so confused. It's a very passive retake, right? Hanging back for a very long time, not even showing presence, no noise. And NiKo wanted to go find a fight. 4-3 now. kyosuke with the lovely entries. The major rookie, his first major that he's attended. And that's exactly what they brought him in for, to open up some rounds for him. Go use that skill out in middle in all the chaos to find a couple frags and make things easier. Hunter wipes the round off his mind, and we reset.
Yeah, it's quick, real fast. Again from Kixen, running out towards middle. Good strong position to gain. Oh my god, the flash has caught him. And Mobs is able to stop him from getting any further, but it's kyosuke, a response to avenge his fallen leader. And now kyosuke plants his feet, goes out for the peek again. This time Hunter ready to punish, and no one wants to support through that elbow smoke. So Falcons, they have to play with a player deficit.
Oh, nice sidestep from TeSeS. He actually dodged the spam through the smoke. Now steps forward. Sunpias caught off guard, and he swings wide. TeSeS can't handle it.
Yeah, Sunpias comes out on top of the heroics, and that's TeSeS gone. We've now got m0NESY and NiKo left at a 2v4, and they're split up. They're not together here, so it has to be massive moments from both of these individual players, and this could line up. Oh yeah, it will. You've seen it coming, and NiKo knocks him down.
Palm is so far away though. so NiKo can't commit. He's at least applying some pressure, making sure G2 knows he has the B bomb site. Hunter rotating over. That bomb is going to come in late, but there is a chance to cut it off.
NiKo looks up, senses Hunter. The grenade comes. It catches a little bit of damage onto m0NESY and NiKo. But it's Sunpius waiting to strike, moving in tandem with Hunter inside of the cave. It is on NiKo for the clutch. Can he keep up this stellar beginning to the game? The answer is no, as Hunter's able to stop him in that site. A great 2v2 falling in favor there of G2. They had to recover that as well because it started to look like it was Falcons somehow winning a 2v4 situation.
Might have been a miscommunication. The bomb plant isn't in the default spot. He didn't want to get spammed over from cave where there was no chance for a rebuttal, but NiKo equally wasn't really covering out towards long. I think he was caught off guard by where m0NESY's putting the bomb down, and then it just gets chaotic. But I love the response from G2 in that round. Kyosuke just gives you a double entry if you're Falcons. G2 in the next says, we're not going to let you take mid like this ever again. We're going to come back and fight for it. It's not going to be that easy. And Sunpius is the man to do it. 5-3, G2 with the 2-round lead.
Let's talk about Ancient in the context of the series as well. And up next is Inferno. It's been a map that we have seen the Falcons consistently struggle on. The heartbreaking moment at the Austin Major where we watched Falcons fall out early happened on Inferno. It's the map that Kyosuke has most struggled with coming to the Tier 1 level. You do not want to rely upon Inferno as the map to keep you alive at the Major if you're the Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons is, Ancient is a very important map for Falcons. I appreciate it in this veto. I don't know if they were going to go anywhere else in an elimination game like this, but going back to it, despite the fact that they lost a debate in the opening map of this series, of this stage 3, you could lose some confidence in something like that. They ended the win streak of Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, it's all great having NiKo step up and have a great start to the game, but you need the rest of the team to show up as well. You need your m0NESYs, your Kyosuke. Kixen is the fragging in-game leader, sitting at 0-7.
Yeah, that's he's a little quiet so far. But in a game like this, your attention as the IGL is very much going to be on the strategy. So it's understandable something has dropped off and he hasn't gotten going yet. It's Kyosuke who's the top-rated player for Falcons so far in this stage, who's been quiet below his level that we've seen. Outside of those double entries, haven't had to say his name too much.
Well, execution into the B-bomb site here. That smoke disrupted by the nade here of G2. They go into the fight at long. It's going to be NiKo, that first victim. So NiKo's removed. It has to be the other Falcons players to step up if they want a round win here.
Yeah, they're coming out now from cave. Bomb is being planted. G2's happy to let him have it. You know it's a weaker buy. You know there's some weaker weapons. So what can Falcons actually do to hold this off? And the answer looks to be absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's got to be something special from Kixen and Kyosuke. There's the rifle out. There's the Galil. It's Kyosuke in the open. There's absolutely no way he can get away from that one. And Kixen yet to put one on the board. That'll be another for G2 on the CT side. Falcons starting to get to a point where it looks like they're going to waste this great start from NiKo. This is G2 starting strong as a team, as a unit, and that is what they've been talking about. This is a team that had to move away from the identity of having some of the world's biggest superstars on the team. They have to do it as a roster, and currently that's exactly what they're outputting on the server.
Widely criticized moves at the time as well, letting NiKo go, then letting m0NESY go, and everyone kind of scratching their heads like, what the hell? These are some of the best players in the world, but you got to give them credit. G2 has stuck the landing. Hunter as an IGL has taken it up very, very seamlessly, and the other piece that's made them stick this landing is HeavyGod, a guy who's been so adaptable in the teams that he's been on, and HeavyGod has been an absolute rock for G2 during his time in the jersey.
Yeah, waiting a long time to get a stable roster to play for HeavyGod.
It's not time to panic yet if you're Falcons, but it's certainly time to worry. They've also burned 2 timeouts in this situation to try and recover what's happening, and they haven't been able to pick up the slack, haven't been able to find any kind of tactical edge to give them a round. And I think also, ooh, there we go, m0NESY taking down mobs early.
Yeah, we talk about Falcons and we always think individuals. It's star power and you got to wait for that to come online. Well, m0NESY's got a great shot on the Deagle. Another one here, and that is exactly what m0NESY has provided. Goes forward, Mattis overrun by Tessus as Deagle, and all of a sudden, these hand cannons blasting through the G2 defense.
Yeah, just as we get done with the conversation, m0NESY's trying to make G2 miss that star power. Insane Deagle shots to open up the round. 2 AK-47s recovered. M4 on NiKo. Things are looking good for Falcons in this round. 4-on-2.
Yeah, they're going to pause and figure out where they want to finish this one. And you can see the 2 remaining G2 players split up. Surprise has just spotted the scout coming in for information.
That's exactly what Kixen wanted. The fact that he gets away and survives, doesn't even take any damage. He's just said, all right, let's hit the B bomb site. They're not stacked up. At the worst, it's a 4-on-1 right here.
Yeah, and HeavyGod, that player you just mentioned, needing to step up. A great quick kill here, and Kyosuke sidelines him, but it's swiped away by Tessus on the follow-up, and Sampais is nowhere near getting involved in this action. He's over towards CT, but it's hard to see a world in which the Spaniard is going to be able to step up here. He's still getting closer and closer. See if a kill offers itself up, if a player from Falcons oversteps. But no one at this point for Falcons is going to let this opportunity go.
No, this round is way too important to do anything silly, go for any kind of an over peek. Sampais, though, is still creeping in. Looks like he wants to give it a go, and without any kind of a peek. Oh, don't you even think about it. NiKo's not going to let you go there. He was watching that FaZe Passion game earlier. He thought he'd have a little taste of the late diffuses. The ninjas coming in.
Yeah, I was working out earlier. But no stealthy moves here in this game. We've got m0NESY delivering a really important round here for Falcons. Got to take this chance now. So NiKo's giving you an ace in the pistol run. You fail to go on any run after that. Gets you an important 3K in the third round of the game. You don't run off of that. You have to take this one that m0NESY's provided.
Right, you have to keep building on it. The bummer is they got a low buy at least out of G2. Didn't completely break it, but pistol and armor, everyone's blind. A little bit weird. Kyosuke comes out on top.
Yeah, quick double, then Tessus follows up. That double A push has been spotted. m0NESY at least has the information as to the whereabouts of Mattis. So this round is going to be Falcons 6-5. Opportunity for a tight game coming out of the first half of Ancient. It's exactly what Falcons are looking for. G2 saved extra money so they can have a strong buy into the last round of the half. And we'll see if we end up 6-6.
Blow for blow throughout this first half between the two teams. A little bit of a run from G2, but Falcons able to put a stop to it.
I think we came into this game and everyone was sort of, and a game like this gets everyone excited. So you see a lot of discussion online or in person, and so we're sort of wondering how's this game going to go. And I think the general consensus is there's one of two things can happen, right? It's either Falcons come in and absolutely destroy G2, or G2 give them a real tough time, draw this series out, and get the win.
Yeah, I never got the sense that G2 would be able to come in here and blow Falcons out of the water. I saw a possibility where Falcons could do it, but obviously with some of the struggles we've seen out of Falcons throughout this year at majors, at big events, in big games, you kind of also get the sense that Falcons isn't going to be able to reach that level with the pressure on their shoulders because they've never shown that they can handle it. But obviously putting together a good half so far, especially when G2 had such a strong rebuttal early on in this half. Good to see Falcons hang in there and now reap the rewards down the stretch with a chance to tie things up.
m0NESY gets the AWP out in the last round of the half as well. Let's see where they place that. He's all the way back, tossing utility out, so won't be an opening move for m0NESY Sniper. Instead, the rifles will do exactly that. Kyosuke gets a second headshot off, and then Tessus, as that wombo combo comes in as the second layer, and Falcons have a 4v2 to make sure this half ends tied.
There's that star power. There it is yet again. Kyosuke really delivering the goods here, finding some rhythm in middle in these past few rounds in the later stages of the half. Madison Heavy God, I mean, it's possible. It's doable against a team like Falcons, but they're so far out of position. Coming over very cautiously, looking for any lurk in middle. They'll run into NiKo and Donut.
Yeah, he's looking far too locked in for this. Will NiKo round out the half on his own? He's got Kicksam beside him. Kicksam finally getting his first kill of the half in the last round of play. And then NiKo to close it out. Starts the half with an ace, and he'll be the man to close it. We've got a tight game, 6 apiece. G2 Falcons continues. Welcome back to Budapest. We have got the monstrous matchup of Falcons taking on G2. The first map is ancient. We've got a 6-6 half. We've had highlight moments already with NiKo starting the first round of the game with a pistol ace. We had the mono-seat eagle and a strong team effort from G2. And it's still anybody's game to open up this series.
Yeah, well, NiKo did all the heavy lifting of keeping Falcons in it early, keep giving them chances and opportunities. But then you saw some of the other guys step up and fill the gaps. mono-seat with his deco round, but the big one is Kiyosuke with a couple stellar opening kills in middle. Now we switch over to the defensive side. Fast play towards the B-bomb site.
Oh, we got quick pistols all day long here. G2 into the B-bomb site. mono-seat with the dual Berettas. Can it be 2 pistols here for Falcons? Plant is secured. It's got to be a retake here. And mono-seat, good start. Traded by Mattis, not allowing any multi-kill potential.
Yeah, but now control of Cave goes over to the G2 side of things, and that's going to make this very difficult to retake. There's no kits in play, no smoke to block off the choke point. So Falcons have a really, really tough task ahead of them. And Heavy got waiting with the Molotov. Yeah. I think this pistol round's already lost.
Well, Mob still fighting on, cleared out by Tesses. The tap on the defuse, it's not the stick, but that Molotov, as you mentioned, comes in, and Mattis mauling them inside of the cave. It's Tesses and NiKo fired away, and G2 fired up as they take the pistol to start the second half.
All the big names on the Falcon side of the server. One of the greatest revelations we found this year is Mattis stepping into this G2 jersey as a role player when he comes in, but the impact he's been having for this team is incredible. I think he's been exceeding any expectations anyone on G2 could have had for him. And these are some fantastic shots to secure the pistol round. The Molotov was the insurance policy, but Mattis hitting these really secured it for him. And so Falcons don't get those 2 pistols on the opening map. Now they've got to do it the hard way, the dirty way, and they've got to grind this out against G2.
Well, it's going to be a stack of Falcons players on this B-bomb site. And G2 are coming at them, so this is the best chance for Falcons to do some damage, if nothing else. It's going to be Hunter with that first kill. Decisive calling from Hunter here on the T side. I mean, that is another great storyline of this matchup is not only are NiKo and mono-seat playing against their former teammates, but it's the role changes in that squad as well. It's the fact that Hunter has become a leader. He's become the in-game leader in the team that was left behind, and a new challenge for him coming into 2025. He's already lifted a trophy as an in-game leader, and what a way to end the year it would be. Getting into the major playoffs, knocking out your cousin and former teammates. It would be a huge result for Hunter as a leader.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a weird one. You know, when they faced off way back when at Berlin in 2019, you know, Hunter, after he defeated NiKo in that match, kind of said, I didn't want to play against NiKo. It's a really bad feeling. I don't like it when NiKo loses. I'd imagine with the playoffs of a major on the line, that was a group stage game. This is elimination or playoffs. I imagine that sentiment changes a little bit here today.
I'll tell you, his family at home probably not enjoying this one, Jake.
Yeah, no, the family is all stressed out. Hello to the Kovac family, tuning in to watch Hunter and NiKo compete against each other here in Budapest.
If they can watch. Well, we've got the bye coming out for the Falcons now in the second half. Because of the nature of how back and forth that first half was, we never really got to see the ops become a piece of that first half at all. We see mono-seat bite in the last round. We didn't really see some Pies get it. So interested to see if there will be a game here in the second half where we can get those ops into the fight.
Well, to get the op out at any point where it can have a great impact and influence on this map, I think Falcons is going to have to win this first gun round now that they've bought up. A little bit busted, not all the cash they'd like, no kits in play. Tess is already out of nades and utility, light on nades and utility down the stretch, so holding on to them as long as they possibly can. It's NiKo at the A-bomb site, mono-seat and Donut, Kiyosuke over in Red Room, Tesses and Kixin to man the B defense. And nobody home for G2 on the A side of the map, so it is going to be a very heavy play. Execute coming in, no utility to counter this.
Yeah, you see Kiyosuke rotating in quickly to try and arrive and help out Tesses and Kixin. Kixin with an important kill here on Mobs. It's Kiyosuke swinging into the fight. Heavy God with that follow-up, clearing out some space here for G2 to move in.
That's a tough solo fight for the rookie to take. Might have overstepped the mark on it, but Tess is holding the line. And now adding in another.
Well, Tesses, a great double kill, and we've now got some Pius and Hunter having to win out a 2v3 all of a sudden. That bomb can't feel comfortable. It can't go down, as Pius is now low in health, needs Hunter to move forward, but Kixin and NiKo gathering up this round here for the Falcons.
That B defense does just enough. Tessis holds the line as long as he possibly can, and then Kixon's able to grab a kill. NiKo arrives, the reinforcements are there, and Falcons hold strong. Nice shot from Heavy God coming up the ramp. That's Kyosuke to get dropped, but this is the beautiful double kill that secured things, that kept it in control.
Still a good buy for G2. They can have AK-47s. Sure, Galil here at Mobs. Getting up into the B lane, coated in flames. As G2 uses smoke to get through it, it's really important for them that they get players up to the front of the Jag so that there can't be any aggressive play through it and challenging down the mid setup. So Tessis is going to wait here. Blocked out by Util. He'll throw one of his own down as well. Oh my god, he's hit the dink through the wall as well. And extra damage onto Hunter, who didn't have much health to begin with. He's on 10 HP going into middle.
Nice thing about that, it's confirmed damage. Tessis can shout it out to his team. Almost hitting the mark on Mattis as well through the box.
Now you look at the CT setups, you have Kixon and Tessis playing on B. Obviously the weaker combo. You don't get past them. Tessis shuts you down, Kixon gets the opener. If you go towards the A site, you've got NiKo and Monesi waiting in, and Kyosuke holding the red room. It is such a difficult defense to get past here, and we'll see if Mobs can do it. He's stepping up first, and Kyosuke is going to be waiting for that red room fight. Good clean shot, then Supplies comes in on the trade.
Hard to double up in that kill despite Kyosuke having a first kill really quickly, really efficiently. NiKo now stepping up to the plate. Molotov towards the A choke point so he can peek towards Donut. And he backs off. They want to play retake. They're not entirely sure the finishing move is going to be this A bomb site, but the reposition from NiKo gives him a strong position over in Temple.
They've been given that extra bit of time here for Monesi to get over towards CT as well, and that's going to allow the Donut peek into Hunter. NiKo still waiting in Temple, not required yet. Monesi's gone down, and so now NiKo will be required a little bit later into this round because Kixon and Tessis making the rotate over from the B bomb site. NiKo biding his time, yet to step out, waiting on Tessis to take contact and take that fight down into the bomb site. Pius is gone, swept away, and now Mattis and Heavy God needing to step up in their stead. It's a great kill for Mattis. Falcons now populate the site. It's NiKo who's gone down, and Heavy God and Nuisance is backed away. Tessis hunts him, but Heavy God slams the hammer down, and G2 hold on to the round.
Falcons choose to take two isolated 1v1s instead of doubling up on either Donut or A main. They knew Heavy God's position the whole time, but those are the exact fights that G2 wanted. They said, we'll take the 1v1s. And Heavy God, as soon as his teammate wins it, he backs off into safety, makes the fight really uncomfortable. Again, Mattis with impact in a post plant. Just like the pistol round, a double kill that ensures a round win and extends the lead by 2.
Not getting going at any point here, Falcons. Not finding any success in terms of stringing rounds together and building momentum on their map pick.
And not able to build up any money. You were wondering about the AWP, but losing that round ensures it's going to take a lot longer to get it out and play. You can see 3 M4s, 2 pistols.
Well, they're coming at NiKo with the rifle. He's going to play behind the big box and needs a big round. Util going to come in towards him.
He's got a Molotov to delay it if he can or make it disjointed, but doesn't want to give away the position.
He's so alone as well. All of his teammates were stacking that B bomb site, and the Molotov forces NiKo into the open. And Mobs would descend upon him and the A bomb site. It's going to be G2 up to 10 rounds here. Double figures collected on Ancient. And you want to talk about the pressure that Falcons feel. They're a team that have a unique pressure because it feels like there was a lot of people against them because there are, right? You get a lot of pressure just with the amount of big names you've signed, obviously the monetary factor of this team. And so Falcons, they require results. They're expected to get results. And at the Major, if you go out to G2 and you feel the pressure of all those failures that have piled up on you throughout the year, when do you start to crack at this point with all the pressure on you? There's nothing left in the year.
That's the thing. Most of that pressure from the outside is ones that, you know, they feel just barely, but nothing matches the pressure they put on themselves. And all those disappointments certainly going to be mounting. 10-7 now, and you have a rookie IGL in his second major in Hunter calling a fantastic T-side for G2. 4 out of 5 rounds to open up this half. And working Falcons across this map, finding the weak point in the defense. Utility is spectacular, and Falcons can't get a grip on this game.
And just reminding you of Inferno as well. Like that map coming up next is definitely not the failsafe for Falcons. If anything, it has been the bane of their existence.
They got smashed by Mouse on it the other day as well. Not a whole lot of good memories on the map of Inferno, and the third time out is used by Zonic. trying to get the guys fired up. A 3-round deficit for them to overcome. In a round where they don't really have money to spend. 2 M4 saved in the previous is the best they'll have. A little bit of utility to flesh things out. But Falcons certainly got to be feeling increasingly like their back is against the wall here on Ancient.
And look at this round as well. Coming into it battered and bruised. A couple of rifles in play, the rest on pistols. This isn't where they do their best work, it's where they're going to struggle. And G2, 11 rounds, very likely. Again, it's a 4-man setup for G2 early outside of A. Going to be coming in towards Monacy and NiKo yet again. Usually you would imagine a winning recipe isn't just continuously hitting into the Monacy NiKo setup, but they've been getting through it, they've been breaking through it.
Well, the problem is the Monacy and NiKo defense hasn't really had all the bells and whistles that they'd like to have.
The weapons.
Even in this round, look at what they got to work with. 1 flashbang to counter things. Monacy's just got to play dry with the M4. There's a smoke down, and that's actually perfectly timed. G2, I don't think you challenge this.
Yeah, it looked like they just wanted to move through, and the only hope here for Falcons is that 5-7 getting going early, and the fact that Kiyosuke's rotation is so early in the round. He's got 2. Sampaio, the most recent victim. We've got Madison Hunter having to back away.
Caught him completely off guard. A great 5-7 kill from NiKo takes the first point of danger away, and then Kiyosuke's there at the perfect moment. 2 on 4. Still only 2 rifles to contend with. This is doable for Madison Hunter.
Tesses would be the first player to go down here.
He won't expect this angle, though. Madison's going to be close.
Oh, Tesses, here's the explosion, and he's able to step up with a 5-7. Still back into the action here. Hunter 1v4, limited time. He's got the bomb in his back, and Tesses will go down. Hunter making the play over towards the B-bomb site, where he does have a 1v1. He has to be immediate on this kill. Kicks in, dropping utility, making things a little hot and heavy here for Hunter. But he jumps out, realizing there's no time to waste, and kicks in eventually. Getting that kill, dropping him, and Falcons have a new hope.
That was the only option that Hunter had, and especially I think when he hears the deagle, he realizes if he can make it through off a couple misses from Kixon, he might have a chance at it. So Falcons not done yet with a scattered bye.
Hey man, that's a big round for Kiyosuke as well. Really important for him to get his moments on this map, and taking 2 with the rifle, stopping that A play, forcing G2 to search for other options.
NiKo's cooled off in the second half, partially because G2's been playing it so well. He hasn't had a lot of clean advantage looks and rounds. Ended the first half with 17, now he's got 19. So only 2 kills thus far in the first 6 rounds of play.
Again, all rifles on the server. This has not been a game of ops.
If Falcons win this round, surely it comes out in the next. They've got the cash for it, it'll build up, and I think Monacy is probably aching to get on the AWP and see if he can have a deeper influence, a bigger influence on how this half plays out, how this map ends.
That could be the difference.
He's had a tough stage 3 as well, Monacy.
Had a tough season in general. He's got back to form as of late.
Second best player of 2024, but hasn't been able to replicate that kind of success.
Decisive round here, and Hunter calling a fast one towards the B-bomb site.
First look at this lurk smoke as well that they've thrown out, so I think the defense Kixon has got to be scrambling and a little bit worried about what's coming behind it.
Yeah, it's all about the timing as well for Kiyosuke to get back. He managed to arrive at the A-bomb site in time in the last round to have impact. He's over here again, but his teammate at Kixan's already gone down, and it's a clean start here for G2, and it only gets better as Tesses is gone. And now if you're Falcons, you're starting to worry because there's absolutely no way you're feeling good about this B-bomb site in terms of a retake. You haven't really got anything going for you. You've got to have Kiyosuke pop off and get a quick kill here. Otherwise, it should be just called off, surely.
Oh, it takes the risk to stay blind and out in the open, but yeah, you desperately need a double kill from Kiyosuke again.
Well, there's one. Close to it on the snap over towards default. The util coming in here for Falcons, staying pressured, staying in this round, committed to the retake.
Oh my
God. It is huge. Heavy God finds sanctuary inside of the site. That Molotov does not expand towards him, and Falcons do not get the opportunity. They do not get the break back into the retake, and they're forced away. They don't reset G2's money. G2 keep 4 players up, and their money's back into the late stages here of Ancient.
Hunter calls his own number in a critical round, probably because he had the best spawn to exploit that lurk smoke. Gets close up, and it's a break from Kixon to take the fight, see what's behind it, clear the idea of that staging area created by the lurk smoke. But Hunter just comes out on top and builds it with a second kill onto Monacy. G2 playing spectacularly. With some saved weapons, however, there was plenty of money in the bank to get Monacy as op. The last-ditch effort, bring it out here at 8-11 and see if it can give you the spark necessary to come back.
TeSeS waits inside Jag, and Hunter, back-to-back rounds, relying upon himself to break open the defenses of the Falcons, and they're not stopping. It is mobs the second layer, and the impact is being felt as G2. It is looking like 12 rounds will be on the board in just a moment.
Well, NiKo had the hot start, but NiKo's cousin is having the hot finish. Hunter directly responsible for all the advantages given to G2 in these 2 ensuing rounds.
Now, 1 kill did come back from NiKo. It keeps this round within touching distance. But Falcons setting up for a retake. One of the weapons available is the AWP for Monacy. It's the good peek here from Kickstand. The rifle's moving in. There's still a Molotov, a lit piece. Given over to Heavy God as he runs for the lineup. In the meantime, Hunter continues to frag out. Dropped by Kickstand, but Molotov lands onto the site. Smoke deployed, and that gets them back into it, but there's the wall bang of all things.
He's got a kit.
And Monacy just gets onto it. He's gonna hold it. He's gonna stick it, and stopped. Stopped by Heavy God. And G2, this is unbelievable today. What they are able to pull off, what they are doing to the Falcons.
6-2 run for G2 in this second half. This offense has been unstoppable. Nothing that Falcons have been able to do. It's been simple. A lot of grouped up hits towards the extremities, directly onto the bomb sites, and the initial defenders not able to slow anything down consistently enough to make this a half. Fired up with 4 chances to win Ancient.
That is incredible. Down to the second. How many times, how many denials of that defuse do you require? G2 find it in different ways. Molotov into the wall bang, into the last second kill. G2 looking to deal the first blow. Mattis, first kill. TeSeS response.
Oh, this is a big play. A big play for a rookie to work up the courage to make this move happen. Either courage or desperation, but Kiyasuke gonna clear things out and say the B bomb site, nobody's home, everyone backed off. So you can already see on the minimap the way that TeSeS and Monacy are shifting. NiKo's waiting over in Donut, but a very staunch defense is gonna be available at this A bomb site. Hunter's called a great game, but here in this round, he might be 1 step behind. He's going too far. He's going way too far.
Oh, Kyosuke getting caught out.
And this has now that rotation, everything has to shift yet again for Falcons because the other side of the map has been opened up.
And this is now even more difficult for the Falcons with 2 players in middle. Monacy and NiKo searching, not spotting anyone from G2. Although they are making the right call to come back to the A site. We need TeSeS to step up if we want to play on here on this map. If we want to see more rounds, it's got to be TeSeS. Otherwise, G2 taking the map of Ancient away. NiKo waiting just at the side of the donut. It's going to be Monacy and NiKo with the first 2, then Sampayas right back into it. And Falcons showing life as Sampayas is left low.
Time, 10 seconds.
But can the Spaniard win it in the clutch? Can he actually pull this off with the AK-47? They're running away, leaving it on TeSeS. He goes down, but it's the time. And Monacy realizes that he's long gone. And there's no way to win it now. We still have more rounds to play on Ancient.
Yeah, I mean, once again, how much more can you ask for NiKo out of this map? A huge double kill, standing his ground out in the open with the FAMAS disadvantaged weapon in all those fights and drills every shot necessary. This overextension almost ruined things, but Falcons, they stand strong. They trust their gut, trust their instinct. (12-9). And we get a little bit of a tech issue, so we'll calm down in the action as teams have to take a break. No communication allowed as issues get fixed inside the server, and then we'll get things back. But a chance either to start considering your options moving forward into the rest of the game, running out scenarios in your mind, or a chance for the pressure to mount even more and let that overwhelm any thought you might have. Hunter trying to keep building upon this offensive half that has kept Falcons reeling every step of the way. Falcons have yet to win 2 rounds in a row in this half. doesn't bode well for the upcoming round at 12-9. And if you're Falcons, you have to sense a little bit of soreness in that B defense, the way that Hunter's been able to exploit it with the lurk smoke, with fast plays into the bomb site, with aggressive plays into the bomb site. If you're Tessus and Kixen right now, you know this might be your moment.
The thing that worries me is the sheer lack of ability of Falcons to win consecutive rounds, Jason. They haven't been able to show us anything in terms of getting something going consistently.
And that's why you see these like really scattered buys. Look at what they've got here in another desperate round where they just can't lose. FAMAS on NiKo, FAMAS on Kyosuke, MP9 on Kixen. You can't flush things out. m0NESY was able to have the op for what, 2 rounds, had to save it once, didn't have an impact in the next.
This is the last timeout available to either squad here in regulation. The coaches will only be allowed to have their say if we get into overtime. NiKo versus Hunter in the head-to-head. And what a game both of them are having. Neither of the co-matches slipping up in this opening map.
Both of them delivering incredible games.
But it looks like G2 are going to get the result. Falcons have to be perfect to get this one into overtime. And you didn't have that m0NESY off for long. Once again, you're back down to a weakened buy. You've got rifles, SMGs in the mix. A great opportunity here for G2 to win the map.
It's a slower round though. A change of pace out of the tech pause, out of the timeout from G2. It was high-octane Counter-Strike before that, with G2 aggressively hitting bomb sites, but a very chill opening here in round 22. Looking to see if there's going to be any aggression, and actually Falcons as well. This almost looks like this round's going to get reset. Everyone backing off, back towards
maybe
their
that
spawns.
tech issue not fixed after all.
No damage has been, I don't know. Damage has been done on Dematis, so they've got to play. They
I
can't
guess
actually
that conversation
reset
is
it.
coming in. Well, this is now a little bit of a curveball, isn't it? So G2, let's see if they can stay composed, keep their head in the game in this round, in round 22.
Tough situation for a rookie in-game leader to handle as well.
But it's the experience of Hunter outside of that role that should allow him to stay composed in this kind of environment. Well, we've got some Pius coming up on top of the boost.
This timing is perfect. Everyone from Falcons has actually shifted over towards Cave. They've actually given up some advanced positions. Now Kyosuke out in the open, gonna handle nothing.
Yeah, well, he gets cleared out to his Tessus instead, and he is going to get a double until Mobs and Pius have come blistering through, and it's that m0NESY NiKo combo coming back into this. The two former G2 stars to try and stop this map from going G2's way. We've got Pius. It is the Sun who is the star on the server today, and NiKo going forward alone in this world and down by Heavy God. G2 will draw first blood. And the Falcons here on Ancient, they lose their map pick. G2, one map up in the series.
But it truly is right now for Falcons. Inferno could determine their destiny here in Budapest.
Destiny is one word. Every major we come in asking the same question. Is this the one that NiKo finally wins? From Boston to Paris, he has experienced nothing but major heartbreak. But today in Budapest, NiKo's major pursuit could come to the end at the hand of his own family, Jason.
I'll tell you what, they'll never admit it, they'll never tell you, but I guarantee Falcons feel a little bit afraid right now coming into this. Between the maps, knowing the weakness on Inferno, there's a sense of dread within the team. They need a hot start here. They need that belief to return and come back quickly, establish itself early on here on Inferno. 4-man stack in brackets. The G2 playing it slow and quiet. Traversing across the map, now headed towards the B bomb site. It's NiKo playing retake, and now Falcons looks like, they might go for a little bit of information. How long do they stay here without knowing what's happening on the map?
Well, the first pistol round of the game, NiKo on his own was enough to win the round. He is on his own once again, but on the B bomb site of Inferno, and they're all coming in from Banana. NiKo looking to take the first shot, and then it's going to be clean. So Pius, there's a warning. Peek your head around, and NiKo is going to take it off. Heavy God getting traded out by m0NESY and Falcons, actually putting a pause on this for G2.
NiKo trying to subvert some expectations here. He just showed that he's playing retake at the B bomb site, but he steps in towards new box. I don't think G2 would expect this. Molotov is going to come in regardless.
Yeah, NiKo wants to stand and fight. Here comes his teammate swinging out of the smoke. It's Kixen bringing the fight to Maltz, digging deep in this pistol round as Hunter's still fighting on, but he's cleared out by NiKo and Kyosuke. A great pistol yet again from NiKo. And the rest of the Falcons arrive on the rotation.
Yeah, that's an incredible first shot on the first player that crouches into the angle, kind of dedicates himself to the fight. It's an easy one for NiKo. Great crosshair placement. The decision to step forward knowing he's got teammates rotating over as well. And Kixon is aggressive on getting into the fight. He did not want to leave NiKo on an island whatsoever. Kyosuke following it up. A little 1-2 punch combination. And Falcons have another pistol, but they had this on Ancient as well, and G2 responded by winning the second round.
Yeah, the problem for Falcons on Ancient was just the fact that they couldn't win consecutive round wins. They could never string anything together. NiKo got them a great start in the map. They didn't make the most of it. They've got to do that here on Inferno. For all of the reasons our desk highlighted, this has been a struggle all year long for Falcons. G2 coming at them. Tesses on the balcony. He's going to be put under a lot of pressure. Drops into the mini pit. He's got his teammate in the ball side. Monesi mowing them down in the first two, but he's out of bullets, and it's NiKo instead quickly nipping him behind, and then Monesi to close out the final kill.
Looks like there was a great conversation among Falcons of everyone getting involved in the action. No one be afraid on the rotation over to get stuck into the fight. Go take care of the situation early. Don't leave your teammates hanging. We saw it on the pistol round with Kixon running through the smoke. We see it again now with NiKo wrapping around brackets with some aggression to take away the pressure of that attack. It's 2-0 and no bomb plant for G2, so they sit back on pistols.
Yeah, Deagles, and we know they can be very deadly, particularly Mobs' Deagle can show us something. So let's see if they're able to get going here at G2, but Falcons, a great opportunity to take a 3-0 lead on Inferno. We're talking about the mentality of the Falcons, the pressure getting to them for multiple reasons. Obviously, the situation here being a map down and facing elimination with all the pressure on your shoulders. But imagine they win Inferno, Jason. Imagine they get this map under their belt, one that they've struggled on for so long, one that they overcome and get the series evened out, heading into a Dust2 finisher.
Yeah, it would actually be, a great curveball in the story of this series if they're able to do it, overcome some of the demons in a situation where we normally see their demons win out. Falcons, if they can do it, yeah, Dust2 would be absolute fire.
You know, if you're going to be a champion, if you're going to be a world champion team, you've got to be able to dig that deep and come back into the series and show that you can win matches that you're unfavored and having to come back on maps that aren't exactly in your wheelhouse. And we'll see if Falcons have it in them.
Well, G2 playing this round slow. They want to milk as much of the utility out of the Falcon side of things, make them use as many Molotovs, as many smokes as they can to just chip away at the money, force the rebuys. Obviously, some Deagle kills added in would be the cherry on top. But Tesses is going to make sure Sun Pius doesn't get a clean look. Monesi watching for Rap side. And G2 at the moment split. 2 players challenging A, 2 players challenging B.
Yeah, and that pressure on both bomb sides is drawing utility out from both sides of the map, at least making it more and more expensive as time ticks on here for the Falcons. But should be absolutely no problem in taking a 3-0 lead as Monesi connects onto Heavy God as he crosses the archway. More pressure onto Monesi, but he's handling it easily. And that is Hunter to also add to the pile of corpses just outside of the archway.
Yeah, he got 2 jiggles. Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah, Monesi. That is some stylish moves. And finally taken down by Mobs' Deeg. He's always got at least one in him. And he's wanting to die here. And actually, he's realized I've set on a little bit too long. And he's got no money. So it's about the shots. And then Mobs goes down at the end. Loses track of the time.
That's actually a big mistake for Mobs, not recognizing the situation. Nobody on his team apparently calling it out either, that he needed to go die. So that's going to hurt G2 just a little bit in this first gun round. Mobs with no bonus money, likely going to be stuck back on a pistol just as much as this round. Something they can overcome. It's Heavy God who takes the Tech 9. Mobs with his position over in Banana needs the AK-47. Heard Maui and Pim talking about on the desk the things that Mobs can do over here can really secure G2 early advantages. So the AK-47 is prioritized for him.
Kyosuke pushes out. It's going to be Mobs to just take him down. And we heard Maui's highlighting the fact that Kyosuke has certainly struggled on Inferno. Well, he goes down first. It's Kicksant trying to make up for it, but they go in to a second kill for G2 and a 5v3 kicking things off, putting NiKo on his own in the B bomb site.
Oh, that's a bad first glimpse at this B defense. NiKo's got to stand up here. Needs a double kill. Flashbang, can't convert. First one took too long. And Monesi, he never got the up on Ancient. It might be time to back away so you can keep this weapon moving forward. It's going to be critical here on Inferno.
Yeah, lands a light shot through the smoke there towards Hunter, but yeah, you're right, Monesi having to back away, save that weapon, and worrying first sign here for that B bomb site defense. We see Kyosuke go down too easily. Kicksang comes into the peak, no trade, no kill comes back from his side. And not enough done from NiKo, who was asked to do everything after his two teammates go down.
It's been a never-ending conversation, this Inferno and Falcons interaction, them being unable to be effective on it and figure out how to make things work. Kyosuke has been the obvious weakness with his unfamiliarity of how to play different situations and scenarios over at that B bomb site. He's been exploited all throughout his time in this Falcons jersey. It's been a pick against them as a weakness. It's a map that every team knows they can take against Falcons and have an advantage, and they just haven't been able to change that discourse ever. Heavy Guard started the round on the Tech 9, but he's ran over to grab an AK-47. And G2 get their first round on the board with ease off the back of 2 opening kills in Banana.
Yeah, just to put it in context, back in Boston when we seen NiKo obviously have that heartbreaking loss on Inferno in the FaZe jersey, Kyosuke was 10 years old. You know, it's like, that's the scenario we're looking at.
I got to do him like that.
That just shows you how long the other players on his team have been playing Inferno in comparison to how little he's played it, you know, in terms of just his life experience. It's an extremely young player, and obviously a huge amount of expectations placed upon his shoulders this year. We've got m0NESY looking down towards the bottom of the T-Stars off of that boost. They haven't been given the chance from G2 to open up the round, and so m0NESY will dismount the boost and reset.
G2 does them a favor as well in round 5 of not maintaining that aggression, changing the pace of how they want to attack that part of the map. So Kyosuke gets to relax a little bit in the early stages in a way that he didn't get to in the previous round. Tons of utility down Banana, double nade. Molotov as well, it doesn't do a whole lot. Chips Molotov down barely, what a flick over from m0NESY. And now the Banana take comes in late. This time,
there we
Kyosuke!
go! Okay, that's more like it for Kyosuke here on the B-bomb site. Goes out and shreds G2 and leaves Sampaius and Banana all on his own. All right, finally getting some production now. And that's got to feel good.
Yeah, I like the idea. They've sent him to be the aggressor on the B defense, right, 2 times. It failed the first time. This one's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, take the thinking out and set him up. Let him mow him down. Sampaius coming back in here for the 1v4, and we'll see how much damage he can do. Can he even get another kill? He's getting flanked out in Banana at the moment as well. Climbing up over the top of first oranges, kicks in, not giving any peeks.
I mean, preserving the money is so important for Falcons.
Yeah.
You're going to run into tons of issues. This flank.
There's the flank. Oh, Tessus looked away. And so the trade comes in from m0NESY. They lose 1 extra player there for the Falcons.
Unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. Falcons should be solid for another bye. It's the money of G2 that we're going to have to talk things over, but they're going to shove all in yet again. AK-47s are out. They've got enough rifles to make this work. Heavy God once again backing off into a Tech 9, likely in that lurk roll towards the A bomb site. It's G2 to have to burn their timeout early at a 1-4 deficit and talk things over. And I think if you're a B defense for Falcons, I think you have to, in the back of your mind, expect something fast towards Banana, again, considering the success that had in the first gun round.
Yeah, you want to talk about pressure as well, and Zonic certainly going to be feeling that. Has won trophies wherever he's gone, struggled to do that here in Falcons.
Very much so, and I mean, again, he's been obviously given a lot of resources and he's been able to pull in whatever player he's wanted. The Falcon organization has been very dedicated to building a world-class and a world best team. They just haven't been able to get there quite yet, so a lot of scrutiny on Zonic, and I think he even understands and probably agrees that it's an okay thing.
All good, boys? Look at me if you want, guys. If you want to laugh, just look at me, okay?
Sampaius trying to keep the mood light on the G2 camp, and they are going to come aggressively towards Banana again, but Kyosuke primed and ready again for that aggressive play. Deep nades, this time they chunk down and do great chip damage onto 3 players of G2. Kyosuke eats a little bit of nade damage in response as well. So the defense and the offense, they call a stalemate in Banana for the moment. Smoke doesn't have to make Falcons too nervous because NiKo's playing over in the cubby on ramp side. Gonna peek for information, but mistimes it, is completely blind.
Well, the flash gonna be sent forward. Kixon's already backtracked all the way to CT spawn. He sees that G2 are accelerating for the finish here. They're trying to construct the boost quickly. Kyosuke fired up on top. starting to fire up completely as he takes Mobs away. He gets back in behind cover, but look at this play from Hunter going through the smoke, gets spotted, but gets into the corner, has some protection, realizes he needs to fight because he was about to be peeked from 2 angles. And so that bomb gets planted, and now a 2v4.
That's a unique plant spot with 18 HP, but he gets away with it.
Yeah, smokes were up, and now it's faded away.
Look at the flank. Heavy God's coming in.
Yeah, Heavy God getting spotted. m0NESY looking at it now. He's preoccupied, which means Matters, they know he's alone, so they can just cut him out and keep Heavy God busy. He knows he's lost the round here. It's going to be 5-1 for the Falcons.
Might just want to take a weapon away right at the end, but 18 health is not too motivated. Half buy going to be coming in the next round, so going to save what he can. The armor and the Tech 9 won't have to spend money on that again, but Falcons looking strong here on the CT side of Inferno.
I mean, if you're Falcons, at least you have the benefit of knowing that everyone is going to consistently pick Inferno against you coming into these series. So
yeah, I mean, you have to know this was going to be a map in the series for sure.
Especially against G2, right, who have shown a great level of comfort on Inferno. Maui was highlighting some of the great T-side rounds they can have.
And
but
this is good.
Right now, they're struggling.
The offense on Ancient for G2 was rolling. There were no issues whatsoever. They got whatever they wanted. Whatever Hunter called, it was exactly what the correct decision. Here on Inferno, finally, this Falcons defense providing resistance. So putting some of that pressure onto the new in-game leader, new-ish in-game leader, I should say. Second major as the IGL of G2. And now he's got to call them out of a hole. Banana control again for Falcons as G2 has played the opening of this round very passively with the weaker weapons.
Well, feeling like they've conditioned G2 to think about a different option. The B bomb site has been quite difficult to get through. And so they feel like they can stack 4 players over on this A bomb site for the Falcons, allowing Kixin to gather information on the jumps, but he actually gets flashed away, and now he doesn't have that information. His flow has been severed, and he'll block them with a smoke instead.
Yeah, buys time for Kyosuke to run back. He's going to be rotating. NiKo shifting as well, but Heavy God has already got a foothold up in mid.
Oh,
m0NESY has no idea.
Well, you need to rely upon m0NESY now because they've also rotated NiKo over towards B.
2-man defense, and m0NESY might be blocked off when he rotates back.
35 seconds on the clock as well as m0NESY moves off the angle. Here comes the utility. m0NESY decides he wants to play from the site. See if he can combine with Tesses, who waits in the pit. It's going to be a great first kill from the Dane.
Heavy God's rapping right now. They're
Here
waiting
he comes.
for him.
That's m0NESY toppled, and then the follow-up kill from Mobs' Deagle. Goodbye to Tesses, and now comes the rotation. Kyosuke caught. Kixan coming back up through short, but all of his teammates have crumbled away, and this round has fallen out of the hands of the Falcons. G2 surely don't let this one slip, and they won't. NiKo is here on short. Just stay composed, G2. Keep those players planted in the pit. One in the sight, and Heavy God with the AWP has got the job done.
That's such a good amount of faith and trust in your team if you're on G2. You could see the pause as they come up short and counter Tesses, he gets the first kill. And then Hunter just says, slow it down. Or Heavy God says, I'm rapping, wait for me. That is such a great opening kill to find, but it's only activated by the fact that his teammate trusts his call for them to pause in the action, and I'll give him the time to work.
Is that the round? It'll act as the catalyst to get this T-side going here for G2.
It very well could. They've primed it. They've teed it up. Look at the money on Falcons as they rebuy into this. Kixin's going to go down a little bit lower on cash once he fills up on utility and nades. Tess is already pretty much out of funds. m0NESY bought up with the AWP, has nothing. Same with NiKo. So that round tees things up. If they break Falcons here, G2's right back in this game, and that offense can get cooking. Round 8. m0NESY's off, headed towards middle. 3-man start over towards the B bomb site for Falcons. And m0NESY's going to take that early peek, see if anyone swings wide. Sunpius has an off on the other side of the map as well. And Mob's given one of his aggressive openings here in Banana behind half wall early.
Yeah, he's going to be peeking around straight away. Kyosuke kicks in. Look at it combine again as that Mob's burned away from the car, forced in behind the half wall. He'll retreat away.
Good damage. They also threw the retake nades, the retake smoke towards the half wall from the CT side, so Mobs doesn't want to mess with anything as he's sectioned off from his team. They reconvene back at the bottom of mid. Rap side smoked off. m0NESY playing inside the A bomb site with the AWP.
Well, TeSeS and m0NESY weren't enough to hold on to the A side in the previous round.
This is dangerous, though. Falcons isn't doing anything on the defense. They've got 3 players at the B bomb site. They either need to get aggressive and find out what's coming or rotate back, and I think this might just be too late.
They realize they have to sprint forward, and TeSeS, all he has is an MP9. Is it going to be enough? It doesn't feel like it should be. TeSeS now spotted. They run him down. m0NESY takes a dink, but what can m0NESY really do about this? And you mentioned the money coming into this round. Well, Falcons don't have a lot left, so they're going to go insane.
Yeah, m0NESY needs a run right now. Going to bail out, but that is just not a very proactive round from Falcons. Never going hunting for information, never seem motivated to find out what G2 is playing on the map, and they spent the whole round blind.
Dude, we were talking about at the start of this, that B bomb site being a weakness in history here for Falcons, but we're now looking at this A site being exploited in a couple of rounds here now from G2.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter's calling a great game as well, though. I mean, and obviously when you open up the half on that opening gun round and take the banana and the B bomb site as emphatically as they did, there's always going to be a little bit of concern for the defense to shift over a little bit early, and this time get caught in a little bit of an over-rotation. And that might be an over-rotation caused by months of struggling on Inferno, months of that B bomb site feeling relatively weak. But yet again, Hunter's outcalled his opposition. Only one player goes down, though, so they can drop a weapon over to TeSeS, and yet again, another full buy for Falcons, so not out of it just yet. That's not the knockout punch that G2 wanted, but it's still primed. It's still right there for the taking.
Yeah, staying in this fight as Falcons began to build a beautiful CT side. G2 have found a way to weasel their way back into it. And we've got Mobs winning down already, getting a lot of damage thrown towards his head. 55 HP.
I like that they're looking at ways to get m0NESY involved early with the AWP, because he didn't get many chances with it on Ancient. Now on Inferno, especially the CT side, as this half comes to a close, that AWP still hasn't had any impact whatsoever yet.
Well, Mobs up the top of the car. That smoke is fading away. Now Mobs is going to fall to Kiyosuke. So doing a good job in this game, Kiyosuke. Another kill added towards his tally at B. We've got m0NESY waiting alongside with his AWP, and they're coming right back towards him. Is this where he strikes? He's got NiKo taking the contact out from the cubby, but NiKo's gone. So at least m0NESY was able to frag. But the pressure towards the A bomb side again is that m0NESY and TeSeS combo.
Yeah, but I think they've lost too many players. I mean, they've been thinned out by 2. I mean, Midas is very low. I don't think they have a whole lot of motivation to try and force this over at the A bomb site at the moment. I think they want to work the map. They want to see if Falcons are going to give them a mistake in this kind of a scenario. 45 seconds to work with.
You could see Kiyosuke and Kicksang trying to get the up on that A plate.
We saw in the clip from the desk as well, in a similar situation like this against Furia, G2, HeavyGod was able to work Halls as a solo man and let the other 2 players come up short in tandem with him. They're in the positions to pull off something like that yet again, and both players inside the bomb site.
We got m0NESY waiting inside of the site. Great shot, Senpai is taken away. Can m0NESY go again? Yes, he can. No problem for m0NESY. Finally removed by HeavyGod, but it's the time, it's limiting, and HeavyGod still firing. Oh my God, it's the time. Just a second in it, and he's planted that down, and he hasn't got enough time, just about missing out on it. And that's going to be the Falcons taking that one away. 2 kills in this site in milliseconds decide it. HeavyGod comes close, but not close enough.
I thought he had the plant. I thought it was right
close.
there.
He's on that transition from 4 down to 3 seconds.
I tell you what, that's still a devastating round, though. This is so sharp. Look how he plays this. Instantaneous, knows where all the targets are.
Literally milliseconds in that one for HeavyGod. Well, it's cost him a beautiful clutch opportunity, but let's see if they can stay focused, G2, off of that.
Yeah, but it keeps Falcons riding the ledge, doesn't it? They're right on the verge these last 3 rounds of being broken, just barely hanging on.
You got Kiyosuke committed just in behind that smoke. A little off angle, not fully behind the sandbags. He's waiting for this Mobs fight. And honestly, Kiyosuke's been coming out on top of it, and once again, he'll do it.
Yeah.
Mobs is gone.
Deja vu, same as last round, isn't it? Smoke as well. Looking for anyone else to step up for the challenge. Nobody's willing. Need a rifle, young man.
There we go.
Looking for that AK, couldn't find it.
Back to the M4, all faithful.
5 on 4, but if you're G2, it feels like a 3v5 with Hunter at 3 HP. He'll sit far back during any execute with the op chuck and utility, and if his rifles don't get anything happen, he's just not even going to engage. He'll prioritize saving the weapon.
You got Kixan half wall, Monacy ready with a flash, can he unleash him? Kixan's gone down, so Kiyosuke, often called the weakness on Inferno, well he is their strength now! 4 kills holding down Banana, and we have got Hunter left on his lonesome, and you mentioned that low HP. He is not going to want to go around that corner, so he picks up that AW, and he heads his way back to spawn to save it. Kiyosuke is showing us that he is getting more and more comfortable on this very map.
I mean, it had to have been a primary piece of work on an individual basis, a little bit more grinding on Inferno, a little bit more demo watching on Inferno.
A few more basic games on it.
Yeah, picking up a little bit of knowledge. And look at Tessus. Is he going to find this op at the end? Tessus is looking for it. Hunter's in a very tough spot to suss out.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hidey hole there for Hunter. Really important you keep the AWP. See if some pies can get you an opener here. And he is going to be able to save it over. So great round coming out of Kiyosuke. He's going to be feeling good about himself. And you mentioned his great performance here at this stage of the major. And delivering in a big game. And he's had some very frustrating moments. We think back to the Pro League finals where Kiyosuke gets found out and destroyed by Vitality in that best of 5. There's been so many games of Inferno where he has been the glaring weakness in the defense of the Falcons.
You know, the mistakes that he was making, though, were all mistakes of inexperience. That's been very obvious to see. It's a lot of it's positioning, a lot of it is decision-making in the certain situation. We saw it on Ancient as well with him kind of overplaying the flank and opening up the other side of the map, causing some chaos. But as he gets more time, and as he's had more time, those mistakes are going to get less and less, decrease more and more. Yes. And now Kiyosuke is able to step up here on Inferno. This quad kill in this round is fantastic. Preserves a lot of Falcons' lives, lets them build up some of that money so they can start feeling up some safety behind their economy.
And in terms of being in an environment where you can learn quickly, I mean, he's surrounded by the world's best. He's got Zonic as a coach. He's got NiKo beside him. He's got Monacy coming in here. So, you know, so much he can learn from. And Kiyosuke getting up to speed at the right time here at the Major. If it wasn't for Molodoi, perhaps we'd be talking about Kiyosuke's rookie year with an even more positive light. We got 2 rounds left in this half. Let's see if G2 can squeeze out an extra one. Molms is having a rough time inside of Banana.
Yeah, outside of that first gun round, they haven't really been able to find any kind of great success over here. Tech 9 round, that was devastating, but other than that, Molbs is at the bottom of Banana way far back. Rest of his team working up. Heavy God already has controls of halls.
Well, Monacy winning it short. Jody comes in. It's going to be NiKo to grab that opening kill. That was actually through the smoke at long, so Mattes, unfortunate for him to concede his life early on. We're at 55 seconds. G2 down a player. Perhaps now we're going to start thinking about a different option of where they want to finish.
Falcons have done a great job of finding opening kills, of thinning the herd before G2 make their final play happen. And a great timing on this defensive smoke will bring things down below the 30-second mark before it clears, which is plenty of time for the A defenders to get a pop flash and a peek for information. Molbs is going to come through this as the front man, it looks like.
Here they come, attacking into the Kixen. Kiyosuke, oh, Kixen, he's gone down first, more pressure on Kiyosuke, sends himself flying through that smoke, and he will not be the hero in this round. Malls have more success, Sampaias goes back to stop NiKo marching up through Banana, and G2 will be securing themselves a 4th round as they force the save out of the Falcons.
Yeah, that's too easy. Kixen misses the chance, that's a kill he's probably feeling he should have 9 out of 10 times. Unfortunately, that's the 10th where he just misses. Great openings provided by Molbs. He hasn't found that success on the initial take of Banana, but now he's found some on the actual take of the bomb site. Gets G2 out of this rut. Money's still not great for Falcons, despite the fact this isn't like a fully painful economic break, but it's not pretty down the stretch of this game. So, I mean, a lovely chance for G2 to scrape together 5 rounds before halftime.
Oh, 5 rounds would be fantastic for G2, considering how this half has felt. Now, the result is looking okay here for G2 in terms of score they're able to post on the board, having an opportunity for 5 rounds, but it hasn't felt great for G2.
No, but I think with it, I mean, we can factor in losing the pistol. I think they're going to be very pleased with how this half has played out. To be honest with you, I think they're going to go into the second half feeling really good. Hunter calling another good half as well, bringing this back, clawing themselves into the game. 7-4, final round of the opening half here on Inferno.
You've got a 5-7 here for Kixen, FAMAS for Tessus. But at least you've got an AK-47 in the hands of Kiyosuke. They're trying to construct a boost to try and get m0NESY that opening move down Banana, but they were failed to do it because of the utility pressure. But Kiyosuke is confident, stands inside of the smoke and takes down Malbs.
Answering a lot of questions, Falcons is moving into the playoffs. If they're able to win this and close out this series and make it to the playoffs, Inferno's not looking nearly as much of a weakness, at least in this one isolated game, as it has been in the past. Yet again, another 5-on-4 found for Falcons. They converted the G2 converted the last 4v5. This time gonna head and think the A-bomb site is their solution.
m0NESY, great peek out from Archway. Mattis claimed. Falcons now with a 2-man advantage, looking likely they will secure an 8-4 lead. Let's see if Heavy God, Hunter, and Sampais can somehow combine into a round victory. They're gonna be going up through Banana, attacking into the Kiyosuke Kickstand finish. Only one of them has a rifle. Kickstand still only with a 5-7 all the way back at CT.
Wonder if m0NESY is going to rotate over pretty early on. He's got that AWP. He can actually watch for any kind of a split, but on the 3-on-5, I think a split through CT spawn is the unlikeliest of scenarios he'll face. So going to dedicate himself to this B-bomb site, especially now that utility reigns in.
Yep, smoke goes down towards CT again, shooting again. The issue of m0NESY, but there's a big issue, and that's Kiyosuke going down, but what? What is that from m0NESY? The no-scopes double up through the smoke, and that is the style that Lightning brings to the server. The Flash is here to play, and so are the Falcons flying through Inferno. Welcome back to Budapest. We've got Falcons taking on G2. One spot left in the playoffs here at the Major. We've got Falcons with NiKo, m0NESY, Kiyosuke. They've all had their moments. In the last start of the half, it was m0NESY's highlight. And Kiyosuke throughout that on the B-bomb site defense. They've got an 8-4 lead.
But one thing, guys, we keep playing together in every fucking situation, okay? Let's not give up. If you don't have to give up guns, let's not give up guns, okay? It's gonna be fucking crucial, believe me, okay? Let's close out the rounds when we can close it for free, okay? And we're playing good otherwise.
Well, straight into the fight. Hunter looking down into second middle. He's gonna come away with nothing. At least information gleaned.
I think considering NiKo's experience and history and the good and the bad, I don't think he's got to ask anyone to trust him. I think everyone's going to put faith in that he knows what he's talking about. Trying to get Falcons focused up. The third map is well within their reach. They gave themselves the chance with that defensive stand in the first half. They've just got to seize it here on the T side. in a huge
look at this setup.
stack at the B-bomb site.
This is a great trap, isn't it? You've got Mobs taking the first contact, but
utility though, there's Molotov on Tessa.
that's true. That'll force him into the open, but it's maybe just the sheer bodies here, but they go forward. They don't use the utility. And so Tessa just goes down, and this is a limp start to the pistol round from Falcons, but Kiyosuke's patched them up, and they're going to be charging it towards that A site instead. Here comes the rotations. G2, one player through library, two up through middle.
It's so far away, though. It's going to take some time. Bomb just goes down, and they're just now stepping up mid into brackets. Double pit positioning. Modesty in the back of the bomb site. Triangle setup.
But Tessa's going down, giving the Molotov to Heavy God. We'll see if that piece of utility becomes pivotal for this retake opportunity for G2. He can apply pressure into the pit, and Heavy God's going to send it forward. Kicks it, burning, forced into the open fight. Still has his teammate, Kiyosuke, down in the mini pit. Modesty taking the contact. Mattis, he at least gets something here for G2, but it's Modesty mounting a triple inside of the bomb site, securing the pistol for Falcons, and what a recovery after the first two deaths in Banana.
Yeah, you can see how much that means to NiKo as well when he sees his team recover the situation. He gets wrecked over in Banana. It's Kiyosuke yet again. He heard us all talking shit about his Inferno, and he stepped up today. Kiyosuke is having a star performance here on Inferno, and now it's a 9-4 lead.
And that's the player we've all been waiting to see. So much expectations on Kiyosuke. And finally starting to show some of it at the right time of the year. He was the piece that they picked up after that heartbreak in Austin, where they didn't make it through, where they crumbled and fell apart. They went ahead and they got Kiyosuke. They said they didn't want that to happen again, so they go out and they find the hottest prospect on the market. They pay the big bucks for him, and now he's delivering them big rounds.
Yeah, great return on the investment. Here's that utility we wanted to see in the pistol round. Molotov towards Sandbag so they can take control of top Banana, retake utility. A little bit of chip damage on a NiKo. But he's just going to be a presence here. He wants to keep these defenders frozen in place. He wants to keep them honest at this B-bomb site.
Minute on the clock. Here come Falcons. Ready to surprise this G2 defense. So Heavy God waiting on the balcony. No one coming his way just yet. Util's going to be put in place, but Kiyosuke, the key to unlock this site. It's Hunter to fall down first. Kiyosuke trying for that follow-up. Here's Heavy God blinded and cleared eventually by Tesses. And Falcons leap forward into the A-bomb site and come away with every kill required. It is now double figures for Falcons on Inferno. And G2's safe house is not stepping up for them right now. They're not delivering the goods. This is Falcons playing themselves back into the series, and Dust2 is looking incredibly likely.
And this is where you go back to what we heard NiKo say to the team right at the start of this half, is if we don't need to lose weapons, let's not lose them. Don't actually give up anything for free. Kiyosuke, he's gone off on his own with the AK-47. I'd be surprised if he progresses any further, but this is the kind of situation NiKo's talking about. They've already won the round. Every detail matters. Don't hand over an AK-47 that can be used against you. And Falcons hit double digits now with a 6-round lead. Both pistols. An incredible performance out of Modesty, 19-4. Star player performance out of Kiyosuke on his weakest map. You have everything you need to bring us to Dust2 on the third. And G2 not yet able to get into this half.
No. He's trying to stay positive, but not much hope. In a round like this, you've got a UMP for Mobs, everybody else on an SMG and pistols. It's just not looking good here whatsoever. So Falcons 11 rounds, the most likely outcome here at the end of round 15.
But it is Falcons, so we're not sure yet.
True. Overwhelm the apartments.
Yeah, Hull's control is a nice position to have in a round like this, and obviously getting it without any sort of aggressive stance from the defense up in Hulls. So they can be patient, and this is a part of the map they can use as a staging area for hitting to the A-bomb site, or at least just to get some information. Heavy God's gonna go find it. Good shot.
Yeah, great shot. Need response, and Kiyosuke provides as Matt is moving down middle. So Pius has won it on a USP of all weapons, and now he doesn't just have a USP, he has an AK-47 to get going in with a minute left.
Yeah, NiKo, I think, is going to start puffing his chest and bullying this B-bomb site. He's going to start stepping forward as his teammates come to join up with him. Kixon and Modesty. Kixon with the MAC-10. There's smoke, and now we move in.
Yeah, G2 racing back, trying to get here in time to have an effect. It's NiKo, great shot. Mobs cast away, and we now have Mattis leaping through, but NiKo's got that one as well. Only his cousin can find him. And now it's Kixen and m0NESY at 2v2, and Hunter hits the pause button for just a little bit because Sampaio now arriving with that AK he found in Boiler.
You've got time to go for this. They're going to wait for this smoke to clear, and then we do have a 2-on-2 in our hands. No kit, so it's got to be fast, but Sampaio can do the damage.
Yeah, it's tough, no utility either to force them out, so Falcons can sit deep. It's Kixen in an unexpected position, and he'll draw the attention towards him, freeing up m0NESY for the peak, and it gets a little scary, but in the end, it is 11.
A risky position for Kixen, but he's got faith that his aim is going to be able to snap back fast enough, and he does indeed. m0NESY with the peak after the fact to protect him, and Falcons work themselves out of a tough situation. Unlikely that USP was going to cause this round to get dangerous, but it sure did. Good recovery again from Falcons. These rounds have been tough for them. 11-4. Knocking on the doors of Dust2.
A 20-4 performance as well here from m0NESY. He was missing over on Inch and never got the weapon he wanted into play. You know, not able to have those moments, those highlight plays to get his team going. Sure, a very frustrating first map, but a much better Inferno here.
Couple players without head armor. Unfortunately, one of the ones who does have it is Heavy God. However, the AWP is really exposed playing in lane. Sampaio in trouble if Heavy God can't put a stop to this.
Oh, you got to rely upon the Heavy God. He's been great for G2 this season. Well, blinded, held back, and they're going to run him down. Heavy God good for the first, can't get the second. Sampaio at least give him the warning system. Hunter also delivering at least a kill, but it falls to Sampaio, and he will fall to NiKo. That site is taken, smoke is up, and a retake not going to happen. G2 into the save call. Map point for Falcons, and Inferno seems to be going their way easily.
Yeah, all the conversation about this having been a weakness for him, obviously something they worked on coming into the Major, and this time on Inferno, it's looking excellent. Nothing G2 can do. That is an overwhelmingly suffocating hit. Everyone being aggressive and everyone pushing forward for the trades. And Dust2 seems all but secured. 8 chances for Falcons to close out this map and move us on to the decider. And not even a hunt from Falcons. Decent amount of money in the back pocket, but not risking anything, knowing this call came in very early from Madison Mobs. No motivation to go spread around the map and find things. And the final timeout called by G2's defense. Inferno seems out of their reach, but they're going to give it one last go. Saw might just be calming him down for the next map. Say, hey, forget about this one. We're too far back. Let's see what we can get. Scrape it together, see if we can get something going. But if not, don't stress, because we still have Dust2 on the cards.
Yeah, Dust2 will be a fantastic decider with the amount of skill we have on the server today. The last major spot coming down to one map. Like they might be able to do it up here on the initial hold for G2, and then Kixen and NiKo come in with some great frags, and Sampaio going to be a little bit frustrated. He couldn't really ever get that AWP going. That 12-4. Falcons looking to end it here and now. We're going to take us into Dust2.
Hulls control again for Falcons. Kiyasuke and Tess is working that. NiKo passive and Banana sees the aggressive stance from Mobs. Very mid-centric defense right now for G2. Hunter playing on Rap side. Sampaio's boosted up and Heavy God right outside Boiler door.
Kiyasuke blasted by the grenade. He at least got the one kill, so a 4v4. Pressure for NiKo, burning inside that top Molotov.
Got to extinguish it. Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, risk taken to go out of the apartments, but he's got the pick on Hunter. Now the pressure's up, and he just kept going. Sampaio. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself, getting caught by that. Now Mobs and Mattis left 2v4 here, coming back down through Banana. Kixen ready to close it, ready to round it out. And he won't be able to, at least Mobs, but he'll fall to m0NESY. And the Falcons, we talk about Inferno being a weakness for them. In this series, it is their strength. They overcome it. And only one spot left here in the playoffs in Budapest. and it will be Dust that settles it.
Heading to the playoffs, the other packing their bags. It's all going down on Dust2.
Well, we know the stories. NiKo versus Hunter. Cousins fighting for the final spot here. Some of the world's best players on the server. But there is one map, one chance. So why don't we do this, Budapest, one last time here in the group stages. G2 versus Falcons on Dust2.
Oh, we're going to get started all right. Look at this aggression. They're pushing right into it. G2, they want to get some energy out early. They want to take control of this map right at the start, and it's been spotted out. Kixen sees everything. He knows everything that's happening, so pick up the pace towards B.
Yeah, Heavy God dropping the defensive smoke. They run him down, and Heavy God stays composed behind the cover.
Oh.
They throw flashes in his face, but he's still alive, and his teammates rotating over to try and help him, but it's Kyosuke again, showing us what he's capable of. NiKo in the lower tunnel silences Mattis, and we have mobs to step up to the plate, but die at the hands of Kixen. Kyosuke cannot be stopped on the server today.
Are we witnessing him come into his own after the early start, the time he's had in Falcons? Is this where it finally all clicks and kicks in? After Inferno, he just builds upon it in this pistol, finds Heavy God hiding in the smoke, finds the follow-up trade kill, holds off the retake entirely. And he hasn't missed a beat from the previous map.
Straight into it though for G2. A scout coming out here for some bias. Pistols around it. Big problem for Falcons in the first map was they stumbled and didn't really get it going after a pistol round win. But they have got an opportunity now.
They got both pistols on Inferno, so 3 pistols in a row for G2, or I mean, excuse me, for Falcons. That's a huge pain point for G2. Falcons haven't played this map yet here at the Major. G2, meanwhile, got destroyed on this map by the Mongols to put them in this situation now against Falcons in the elimination series. And over towards long we go for Falcons. Controlled middle, they've destroyed, they've avoided any dangerous pushes. They've made sure they don't get picked off. Nobody's taken significant damage. So now we can settle into this round with no real concern. Smoke's left on the ground, but if they don't pick them up now, they're not going to have the chance to throw them and delay this long play.
Blocked for now. 45 seconds on the clock here. Falcons just going to go through it. Yet to be spotted, yet to be detected as NiKo is getting ever closer to the A site. Kixen coming up late through middle on the Xbox. There's the peek up, and there goes Hunter. Oh, Kixen can't get the follow-up, but his teammates have now arrived on A, and NiKo tapping away on Heavy God. The scout of Senpai pinned here. Looking like it shall not pass any further. It is NiKo just keeping it cool, tapping, and then his teammate Kyosuke steps in, like, let me handle this one, huh? And he's got the kill on Mattis.
Those taps aren't what they used to be, huh? That's all right, we'll shake it off. 2-0 for Falcons. Kixen does a good job, just getting the one kill, getting tons of information. 2 players on catwalk, might have heard the mid player as well, so plenty of information passed over to his team to know that it was safe to scale up the ramp and start fighting towards catwalk in the corner boxes. 2-0, and G2 will chill out with just pistols. No armor, saving as much money as possible. Sunpius keeping flush with cash so he can try and grab the AWP as fast as possible.
It's quick out long. Already Tessas moving forward. Look at the amount of damage done to NiKo from that grenade combo.
Yeah, NiKo will have to play the early stages passive, especially against the pistols now that he's softened up. Might even take the scout from Monacy and get the pit position to just provide covering fire. But once again, G2 gonna focus on the catwalk portion of the A bomb site. Although now they hear the smokes and the flashbang come out, everyone shifts back. One single flashbang on Heavy God to push them through the smoke, but the timing has to be perfect.
Oh, they cross, and Kyosuke's already made it over to the site. To line up the Molotov, gets blinded. Here's the swing. Tessas, NiKo, and Monacy with kills for Falcons. Only a single frag goes the way of G2. 5-7, can't compose itself. Tessas better on the rifle. And Falcons keep it clean for a 3-0 lead on Dust2.
Yeah, now we gotta get into the gun rounds. Monacy with that final kill. 3-0 start for Falcons. And we've got the AWP coming out for Sunpius immediately. How do they want to open up this defense? What philosophy do they operate with here in the 4th round? Did somebody bring a goat? Oh, it's a B rush. Oh, nope, I was wrong. They're gonna pause it. That would have been a little bit crazy in the first gun round, so m0NESY just keeps things chill. Wanted the angle for the AWP. NiKo and Kyosuke to take lower B control. Look at the push up middle. Mobs having a little bit of impact here on Dust2 at the start.
Yeah, gonna feel happy about that one kill at least. Grenade primed and ready to go into the lower tunnels. Kyosuke on the other side of that. It's only gonna be 12 damage.
Defense is moving a lot right now.
So with the T side, as they start coming through the tunnels into the peak, it's Heavy Guard out for the first, and he goes again, but this time punished by m0NESY. We've got Mattis now taking up position here at the car, and Hunter ready through the window. Now Molotov is going to keep Hunter behind the wall, so Mattis was isolated for a moment, but still wins the fight against Kyosuke, and then it's straight through the smoke. He's got one more. So it's m0NESY left in the fight alone. It'll be the ace clutch if he's able to pull this off, but still a long way off, looking like reality.
This is, oddly enough, this might be one of the more difficult rounds. I mean, m0NESY in these clutch situations, not prepared though for the...
Oh, he gets away with a chance, and so backtracks away, and Sampaias gives him the respect. He repositions, he falls back, and m0NESY just gets spotted on that retreat, and Sampaias' AWP comes to play.
Yeah, I mean, known for his movement in those clutches and just ways that he's able to be mobile and find information without committing himself to a fight, but it seemed like Sampaias with the AWP kind of scared him away from any kind of aggressive idea that he had. Great hold at the B bomb site between Heavy God and Mattis. It's really lovely work up on the boxes. Easy one for Mattis. The follow-up spam through the smoke. And Falcons' early attempt to batter down the B bomb site defenses goes awry.
Sampaias, edge of the smoke, going for that opening kill. And he is going to miss his opportunity, and he actually gets leg shotted as well. He's down to 16 HP.
m0NESY's coming fresh off his best map of the major, that Inferno that he just helped Falcons win to bring us here. So he's feeling a flush of confidence right now, and you like seeing this kind of an attitude in one of the best players in the world. Haven't seen that from him this year, but the skills are all still there, and now if you get the belief behind it, m0NESY's going to continue making these plays, leading the way up catwalk, being the tip of the spear on the opening with an AWP.
Well, the fact that Sampaias doesn't go down still leaves an opportunity for G2 to see some defense towards that A bomb site.
And now that they have catwalk control, now that they have mid control over towards Xbox and some kind of safety, if you're Falcons, you can really try and seesaw this defense. Apply pressure towards short, make them a little bit nervous, make them a little bit panicked. Also apply some pressure towards middle and make them guess. Make Hunter make a decision of where he's going to defend. And they disappear back into the B tunnels. So there's the smoke for a mid to B split, but it's not even going to be any kind of alert whatsoever. All 5 coming into the B tunnels, and the defense is concerned on the other side.
Yeah, 30 seconds left for the finish here for Falcons. They're getting ready to go. Utility's going to start raining in, and so will the players now. Heavy God looking to control this storm, though, as he's got himself 2, and Mattis assisted. So that ends up being a stellar hold from G2, and m0NESY forced away.
Back-to-back rounds, G2 shuts down any kind of attack at the B bomb site. That is perfect. That should be a lot of pressure abating on Heavy God and Mattis, at least in the next few rounds. I don't think Falcons going to want to test that. And I'll tell you what, that's actually a really painful round for Falcons to lose, because that mid to B smoke pulled the fake. Got them exactly what they wanted to. One defender comes out of the B bomb site, one stays in. You have as weak as that defense is going to get, and you still can't crack through. Time to look elsewhere, and at least in this round, you won't have anything to do it with except for m0NESY's AWP. So all eyes. Okay, Sampaias going for the scout. He's going to. It's a weak buy. I'll take the weaker sniper.
Well, look at that. 3 AK-47s, an AWP, and an M4 on the CT side. m0NESY, the only weapon worth talking about here for Falcons. Let's see if Kyosuke can make us speak about his deagle.
This whole round is like m0NESY is just like playing chess, right? And he's got his 4 pawns, and you got to figure out how one of these guys with the deagles or the Glocks is going to jump for you to give you the timing on a peek, jump for you to bait out a shot from the AWP, make a little noise, find some information, and then set m0NESY up. So again, he's going to scale up catwalk. A very passive defense from G2 with the understanding that it's just the AWP in play and likely pistols around it. Won't be a whole lot of resources for Falcons to use. One smoke to set up and execute. They'd really like a pick from m0NESY. Maybe some follow-ups from the deagle at the gap that m0NESY could create. Malb's over in pit. Strength of this attack is going to come from Catwalk, what strength there is. They'll need a kill to take the attention of Malbs away from the long cave. There's the smoke. But there's still a large gap that they need to get past to get the cover of it to neutralize Sunpius' AWP. 30 seconds.
The call to go is now for Falcons. Gonna run boost the player over, trying to offset the crosshair, but it's not working out here whatsoever for Falcons. It is G2 stopping them in their tracks, and Sunpius, he's under a decent amount of pressure here at the car, and might not want to re-peek into that pitch, though he's taking some damage on board. Eventually going in towards NiKo and m0NESY on the retreat, trying to save the weapon, but the issue is here, he's got $100 in the bank, and the time is running out, and there's a player in the tunnels. Heavycott could take everything away from him. m0NESY needs to be so careful, and Heavycott does not step forward, so m0NESY is given the mercy.
Yeah, good round for m0NESY to be able to bail out and find some safety. Surprised he even went for that peek up the stairs, but we're going to get a timeout out of Falcons as Zonic wants to talk things over. Clapping his hands, you can see he's happy with how this opened. Obviously the last 3 rounds a little bit disappointing. The early game plan, plan A of wanting to exploit G2's defense at the B bomb site has gone to waste. Now they got to call the audible, switch over to the next stage of the game plan. You have an established success at the B bomb site, have an established success with the mid to B splits, so you haven't created a weakness there for Kixen to call off of. G2's done a great job rebounding after the pistol round loss in the ensuing 2 rounds. And here we go into round 7. Long spawn if they want it.
Double op setup. We'll see if it works out for Sunpius and Heavycott. m0NESY holding that crossover. If he goes back into the re-peek, Sunpius is waiting to punish. m0NESY surely aware of that. Smoke gonna go down to the doors. Sunpius will signal that his AWP is currently occupying the other side of those.
Ooh, it's got to be a nerve-wracking moment for Kixen as that smoke breaks open.
You're just waiting for that AWP sound.
Malb's tucked into the long corner. He's going to get some love this round. Tesses, Kyosuke, and m0NESY all lined up. NiKo's coming back as well. Kixen just going to hold down the fort in lower tunnels.
Yeah, I mean, Malbs is someone in this G2 roster. When you see m0NESY and NiKo leave the team, there was more pressure put on his shoulders to step up and start delivering in moments, in big games. And they require him in this round. Here comes the long setup. Malbs waits around the corner. Good first headshot. Malbs not able to get a second. As Sunpius able to take m0NESY out of play. He's staying here at the car, and this time ripped apart by Kyosuke's peak.
What are you supposed to do about that? Nasty from Kyosuke. Smoke down for the cross. NiKo's going to back him up. He's going to test his hand at the AWP. Kixen still lurking in lower for the moment. Flashbang is out to stall things. Smoke break toward the long cross. Good find from Kixen. And now all of a sudden you got to wonder with G2, what is the final play of Falcons here?
Well, Kixen coming up through short. This is an important kill to go the way of Falcons. It falls to Hunter. Can he unravel this round against NiKo and Kixen? And Hunter can't play himself into it. He will fall by the wayside, and Falcons finally back to winning ways after the first 3.
NiKo winning the round with the AWP as well, being able to pass it right back to m0NESY. Good round, but it's Kixen with the impactful kills in the 3v3, cracking things open over in middle, making the defense feel boxed in at the A bomb site, grabbing one more on Cat, and a timeout called by G2 as Saw doesn't want that run to go to waste. They're going to have to spend a lot of the money that they built up to fight back into this round. If they get broken here, it opens up the avenue, opens up the door for Falcons to go on a run and grab a great advantage. So Saab getting out some words of encouragement, fist bumps all around. Doesn't look like either team during these stretches has been dissuaded whatsoever. Neither team is going to be giving up here on this 3rd map. Playoffs on the line.
There's nothing else left in the year. This is the peak of 2025. The major playoffs. One last map of your season. Might as well make it happen. Give everything you've got into this and dig deep for that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, what do you, that shot from Kyosuke was wild.
Yeah, that is kind of the only reaction you've got available to you.
Fair play on been deleted.
Oh, Heavycott going for that crossover. Once again, it's the same move as Sunpius trying to catch m0NESY. It does feel like he's eventually going to get that chance. Sunpius moves up, goes for the peek into the lower tunnels, gets smoked away and his vision severed, so he falls back behind the doors.
I like the idea, though. I like the assertiveness and the aggressiveness out of Sunpius. Both AWPers looking particularly spicy on this map. They're both looking for fights. We know Dust2 lends itself to that. Sunpaya sees one. That smoke is not strong whatsoever to cover this kind of an angle, and he'd love to have a free crack at Kixin trying to cross over.
Clearing it behind the double doors. Kyosuke sees no movement beyond it, so feels comfortable to start poking and prodding his way through.
I would too if I could hit shots like him.
That's fair enough. Heavy guard on the other side isn't going to detect Kyosuke moving any further forward. We see Falcons, in fact, positioning themselves, congregating it short.
But just look how stressed that defense get when they show a mid to B split. Such a hard thing to hold back. Close up to the smoke as well. Falcons haven't decided yet if they want to continue moving up short. This play from Malbs, though, this is a perfect timing for it. Falcons is stalled out over in middle. Smoke on short so they can't progress. And I think that's making him nervous. Tessus is keeping his eyes there, but it's not the easiest fight to clear, and Malb's turning the corner.
Yeah, Monacy's looking forward though, isn't he? Oh, he unscopes, and it's all gone wrong here for Falcons. Malbs does great work here. Then Tessus leaps forward. It's 2 kills from Tessus, but the rest of G2 showing up, and so Tessus has left alone. It's got to be an ace clutch and denied by Sunpaya inside of that site. Oh, that's got to be frustrating. You can see it on the faces of the Falcons.
They got so disorganized and lost. They wanted to move up catwalk, but a perfect timing blocked them off and took that idea away. They didn't really want to move forward into the mid to B split quite yet because catwalk wasn't a pressure point they could apply to. Tess is panicking, moving into different positions, everyone crossing. Monacy actually hits the shot through his teammate. Malbs gets brought down to 16 HP, and that's going to be so frustrating. But NiKo did a good job of keeping the mentality of Falcons strong on Inferno, and that's got to be another thing he focuses on. It's Falcons who run out of funds first.
This is going to allow G2 to take the lead of the game. Malbs catch a bit of fortune on the flank and then catching lead to the head from Kyosuke.
No way.
That is a Glock that has opened up the A bomb site.
Bomb recovered. Hunter's got to play it passively. He's the only other defender here. He can't go down. Oh, good find on the lurk. And Hunter providing one more as well from short. Bomb still not planted. Monacy going to step in, barely surviving, and the Deagle had that one chance.
Yeah, still shooting, another kill coming out, but not able to capitalize on the opportunity to get the bomb planted and get into a post-plant situation. Recovered by G2.
Hey, it's a great lesson on why you buy head armor, kids.
Sure. Even at that range, made it look easy, that Kyosuke.
I know that round never actually got close, but I think G2 is probably sighing after like a very big relief throughout the team after that one. Dicey situation handled well by Hunter, holding down the fort from short. 1 round lead for G2 going into round 10. All AKs across the board for Falcons. Still have yet to make a B attack work, still yet to make a mid to B split work.
Pretty essential pieces to a T side on Dust2. And that's why we haven't seen Falcons win more than 1 round outside of the first 3 collected.
Yeah, it's the benefit of that pistol, though, that keeps him this close.
Gonna clear that close, short corner. Falcons move up. They've completed the standard map control of taking short in the default, but they are going to be cut short by Sunpaya as he moves forward, removes Tessus's head.
He's had that look. He had it a long time in the previous round. I think that's his kind of mindset. Let me play middle. They're not being on top of their game of keeping the mid double door smoke, of landing it each and every time. I've been able to peer over the top of it towards the back of catwalk. That fight's going to be available to me. So Sunpaya, that's a great decision to start in mid and just exploit a mistake you saw previously in the round.
Yeah, Falcons just getting blocked at short. That smoke replenishing time and time again. Will it eventually funnel Falcons into a B attempt? They have got NiKo still over towards the tunnels. And Hunter's just moved out of position just as Kyosuke comes in. He gets the 1, Monacy trades it, now it's Malbs' turn. And he's out long. He's got a couple of great moments throughout this for Malbs.
It's a NiKo lurk, though, over in middle. He's in lower. There's 3 players that are going to be coming through either double doors or CT spawns, so NiKo's going to have his chances. And they need him to deliver in this situation.
Remember, Malbs still waiting at long, waiting for his teammates to come in through CT spawn. Kicks in Not going to get a kill that draws the numbers back to even odds.
NiKo needs to make his move right now. They need him.
Well, that's m0NESY. Headshot's great. Matt is coming in. Mobs has been cast away by Kingston, so it's NiKo moving forward now. He's alone, and NiKo, he's got the clutch. Bides his time until the perfect moment, and then it is NiKo to silence them.
So patient, and then when he escalates, when he speeds up and goes into attack mode, it's so swift, and he recognizes the situation. If he doesn't tap away at that range to the player going up ramp, likely loses the round. Likely can't stop the defuse. A great trade coming through the short smoke, but this is how it all ends. Mattis can't get away in time, and we're all tied up again.
Well, that's exactly what you would expect in a game like this. On Dust2, it's the individual stepping up and being the difference. NiKo this time. And the game is tied again. We take a look at G2. They still have the AWP out for some pious. 2 rifles and 2 pistols. Clear weaknesses in the defense. A chance for Falcons to break them. Going into the next round to weaken their defensive purchase. Give them the best shot at taking a lead here on Dust2.
Looks like they want to try that early tactic they were trying to run in the first few gun rounds of heading towards the B bomb site. Mid to B smoke going to be coming out from Kyosuke. Haven't been able to make it work yet. Haven't really been able to clean any kills up on their progression into the B bomb site. Haven't been able to find any clean kills in middle or anything along those lines. So with that smoke placed down, they're actually going to turn their attention up towards the A bomb site. Mob's defending with the 5-7 playing over in Goose. But Sunpius's AWP is here as well, but his attention will be pulled between long and short when this execute comes in.
"30 seconds. This could get messy for Falcons as they come into the final 3. Mobs in the sight, taken away by Tesses. Kixan on the follow-up. And we've got Hunter now, the last line of defense of this A bomb site. That 5-7 has done very well to get one, but really needed more than that. And Kyosuke clears him out and puts the bomb down for Falcons.
Yeah, save call, very convincing hit. And even without some success established early on, Falcons is able to really utilize that mid to B smoke and attack up Catwalk with just a standard misdirection here on Dust2. Doesn't even really pull anybody away. So 6-5, and G2 is going to have a hard time with the money going into the final round. Only a 1-round losing bonus built up, and everyone's already bought down to the brink of bankruptcy. So it'll be these 2 M4s and likely pistols, maybe some SMGs. Even in round victories, you can see how stressful it is for someone like Kixan, having to call this game and figure out what's coming next.
You see the damage inflicted upon G2 now. They've got those 2 safe weapons at least, but everybody else not going to be having the greatest amount of economy to go around, so can rely on some economic support from their teammates. We'll see what G2 can put together here going into the last round, whether it's going to look competitive. It's not too bad. You got 2 MP9s around that scout for some pies and those 2 saved M4s. This is what they have to bear in round 12. And now they are barren because Senpai is taken away on the crossover. But Hunter slipped into lower tunnels.
Yeah, the double scope. m0NESY didn't spot it, so no warning, no warning. Double kill.
NiKo has killed his own teammate, and Hunter will kill him. It's Kyosuke trying to respond, knowing Hunter is still in the lower tunnels. He turns his gaze there, and he will focus on it, and he'll grab that kill. Hunter to fall, and G2 now a player down as Falcons in the 3v2 heading towards the A site.
Yeah, and m0NESY's going to slip in towards long. They'll get the bomb planted, but the next point of danger, I think Heavy God's going to play this very slow, very cautiously, very passively as he's waiting for his teammate to arrive on the flank and be in a position where he can build upon anything, where he can work with him in conjunction to try and retake this site.
Bomb has been planted.
m0NESY straight through the chest of Mattis. And Heavy God will give this a go. Last round of this first half. And he's marching towards the AWP. Marching towards m0NESY. This is the timing. Hands were busy with utility, but m0NESY given the chance to close it out. And it will be Falcons with the lead heading into the second half. 1 spot left in the playoffs here at the Budapest Major. Who is going there? Is it G2 or is it Falcons? On the server today, we have greatness, former teammates, and even family. But what is on the line is the final spot in the playoffs here at the Budapest Major, put on by StarLadder. We have stars all across the board. And right now, it is hard to call. Falcons with a small lead going into the second half of Dust2. This is what the 2025 season comes down to. Let's find out who is heading into the playoffs, shall we? Let's get into this one more time, Budapest. Falcons on the CT side. Now G2 move to the T side and Hunter to try and call them into the major playoffs.
Man, and G2 need a pistol round. They lost it in the first half. They lost both on the previous map. They'd love to have this to give themselves something to work with early on. Kyosuke, he's just holding on to a smoke. As soon as there's any indication that they're committing to this B bomb site, he's going to disrupt everything. G2 decide to look elsewhere. Primed, but apparently didn't get what they want. So we break things up back to middle.
Oh, good start from Kixen.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Goes back again. Not so lucky on the second peak, but at least keeps his life on 2 HP.
He might actually just drop back into the B bomb site and play back platform at the headshot angle with low HP and just have Kyosuke be the mobile player. m0NESY at railing, NiKo and CT spawn. And no commitment yet, no decision yet from G2, but I think NiKo's gonna have to hustle back. Watch out for the drop. There's a jump, there's the drop down. NiKo's ready. m0NESY is as well.
Yeah, haircut handed out to Mattis Maltz as well. m0NESY handling the pressure until finally Senpais comes in with the Glock. He needs this, he has the chance, but he just can't commit on Tesses. Is Heavy God alone. 1v4, they know exactly where he is. And they're all swinging him, all fighting him, they're low.
Yeah, careful, look at the HP. This is very winnable for Heavy God.
Well, that smoke is just kept him back now with a limited time, at least a kill on Tesses. But just look at the amount of ground he has to gain here just to get that bomb back. So Falcons have done a good job here. Heavy God's going to give it a go, but Kyosuke side of the smoke and collects the pistol round for Falcons, so they build on that 7-5 lead.
Yeah, and both pistols yet again in the second and third maps in this series.
Not a good recipe for success for G2.
No, it's an incredible disadvantage they're playing with here on Dust2 and Falcons. For the first time in a long time, it looks like they might just be able to overcome the pressure of these big moments. Lovely shooting from m0NESY. Dishing out headshots, and Kyosuke getting involved in the action as well. Second round bye from G2. It's not done yet. Early advantage hasn't been secured by Falcons.
You really need a round like this if you're G2. You don't want to let Falcons win the pistol and then just convert upon it. Winning against your force by sending you back down to Glocks for the next round, and you're looking at 10-5 at that point. What a hole you would have to try and pull yourself out of if you're G2. They don't have the stars to climb the ladder. We've got m0NESY waiting back here. He's got himself nothing because Mattis is taking him down at range with the Tech 9, and Tesses waiting out at long, blinded and forced back. That plant is coming in, and NiKo slipping ever closer, trying to get back here. This is good for G2, but NiKo's here to spoil the party. It's Heavy God who's gone. NiKo and Kyosuke continuing to frag out, but m0NESY is not done yet. NiKo is gone, and m0NESY is alone. That deagle, not enough, as eventually Falcons come back in, and you can see how much NiKo is celebrating that because he knows what that does. It gives them a huge advantage to build on here in the second half, and it could have got messy, but they stabilize.
He's been very, very involved in keeping the attitude, the energy up in this team, screaming with round wins, especially these big rounds. Defensive smoke allows him to scale. Him and Kyosuke are working in tandem to just decimate this hold. In a very dangerous round, m0NESY makes a huge mistake getting caught out into the open. And the conversation around NiKo with this team, with m0NESY now here with them, with Kyosuke joining the team, he said there's not enough room for 3-star players. He's trying to take more of a leadership role, and it's showing here in this series. And a timeout called from G2.
That bomb plant makes a difference here for G2. It allows them to get into Galil's, and they want to keep this fight going. They could have taken a more conservative approach here, gone for a half-buy, buy Tech Knights, Kevlar, but instead they realize that they are in a hole right now, and they need to fight their way out of it as quickly as possible, and so they're bringing the Galil's to the fight.
A big risk, a huge risk, but why not take it in a match like this? When everything is on the line, G2 have shoved all in, a plant and 3 kills. They feel like this economy is at the perfect position to take a risk like this, but can they come out on top? This might be their major dreams riding on this round. Lining up a mid to B split right out of spawn. That's the call. Hunter and Heavy got over in middle. Malbs, Madison, Sunpias up in upper B tunnels, waiting out the smoke. Kyosuke and Kixon move to defend middle. They don't care about the B bomb site. They want to take out this half of the attack first.
Kyosuke going out for a nice double, great control of that M4, but he gets overrun through the window, and G2 into the site with the bomb going down. A 3v3 required here for Falcons on the retake, and we talk about how important this round is for G2. Can they close it in the post plant?
Tessus and NiKo need to provide something, or Monacy's never going to get involved in this retake. That's a safe call, right out of the gate. You have to back away now, I think.
Well, NiKo's still hanging around at the window. Here goes the flash, here they go again, it's Malbs who's gone!
No!
What? NiKo, miraculous on the second kill, and all of a sudden, Sunpias trying to stop him. In rounds that normal players would save in, they go for it, and Sunpias, that is the round G2 need. His gravitational pulls, he pulls them in, and that's Sunpias keeping G2 going.
That is crazy. He's able to recover the situation. Insane kills from NiKo, who's delivering in this big game, delivering in these big moments. Monacy frustrated, he's not able to grab that kill. They never had information on his position. It's wild he's able to convert that.
And this might just be the moment that keeps G2 going, and it was Sunpias. You heard Pimp on the desk talking about sometimes Sunpias can drop off if the others around him aren't stepping up, but he needs to be the player to now lead the way. And that is a huge moment in this game. Lose that and G2 were out of money, and Falcons were speed running to a close here on Dust2. Matis gets the opener, Tess says to respawn, and he'll back his way into the pit.
Oh, he's dead for sure, but Monacy's gonna come over and try and help out with the scout. Clean up one kill, yeah you will, right to the dome. And Tessus survives at the bottom of pit, and that means G2 can't progress. But how dedicated does Falcons want to be to keeping Tessus in this position?
Well, he's doing a decent job of drawing attention, but Sunpias continues to pick up kills here for G2. Heavy got through the smoke, and that round is the one that gives you that energy, that injection of energy that you require if you're G2. You answer back in the follow-up round as well, and there's going to be an eco around the corner here for Falcons. So not only is this 7 rounds for G2, it is very likely going to be an 8th, but Monacy could spoil that party and spoil that story as Hunter goes down, Monacy on the scout. Is it going to be another Monacy moment?
He's read this so well. Came back to short because he knows G2's likely going to drift away considering where they'd been. Now he comes back because he knows the cross is most likely.
Sunpias is low and they don't have a smoke. Monacy, oh, he's dropped him. Oh, this could rip the heart out of G2. Monacy gets away, back to safety, goes for the shot, and he's damn close. But it's Heavy God that needed that kill at G2 survive a scare.
Heavy God is such a smart player. You see the way he just stutter steps and pauses at the corner? He knows Monacy's not going to have the information. Monacy assumes he crosses on that shot. And Heavy God just goes right back. Monacy catches a glimpse, thinks he crosses, and then he runs back to short. But Heavy God was with the stutter step, able to do tons of damage and put him in a weak position.
Oh, no round is comfortable, none. Monacy making it real deadly right at the end. Gets himself some extra cash as well. He goes over $3,000 in this save round, so that AWP going to be back in his hands shortly.
You got to love that the ballsy call of G2 to force buy in round 15 actually pays off, and then they're able to capitalize on top of it.
Yeah, and it's relying on the individuals. Sunpias to step up. Hunter and Mattis, a couple of kills between them. They just mow him down nice and easy this time from G2, stabilizing that money, that damage that Monacy inflicted in the last. And we'll get back into the buys again.
Yeah, G2 has disrupted the build-up into momentum, the critical mass that Falcons was trying to hit in order to just steamroll the rest of this half.
Hey, you've seen the light at the end of the tunnel there if you're Falcons. You've seen the pathway to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, it's got a little bit dimmer after this 3-round stretch from G2. A great recovery.
Yeah, it's the light of the Sunpias who's got G2 believing again.
This is back to what we had on Ancient, where both teams going back and forth, blow for blow. So Saul's trying to talk to the guys. We get guns back out for Falcons as well. Monacy on the AWP. Round 18 is coming in. Kyosuke leading the way, 16 kills for the rookie. in his very first major, building up into the star that Falcons need him to be.
m0NESY with the ult back, starts holding the long double doors, and he's just going to change position now.
A very quiet round considering the high-octane Counter-Strike we've had in the past few.
A moment to breathe for everyone.
NiKo playing way more dedicated to middle this time.
But it looks like it's just the calm before the storm, Jason. It's a setup heavy in the tunnels here for G2. Not going to waste time.
Kixon's playing up close at the smoke. This could be so deadly for G2. Break of the smoke. They want to see if anyone's home in halls. Nobody is. NiKo drops the Molotov because he wants to maintain his aggressive stance as well. And Falcons, it looks like they want to control middle again, and NiKo tells him to stick into the B bomb site because he's seen absolutely nothing.
Oh, they're going to double up at the car?
Oh, Hunter just missed the smoke. Oh, he just completely blew that mid to B smoke. That was going to be the follow-up fake. Now they can be secure in their positions at the B bomb site, and they know exactly what's coming.
Yeah, they know what is coming. Kiyosuke off angle at the car, kicks in on the back plat.
Defense has to be strong, though. m0NESY and Tess is so far away from the action, they'll never arrive in time.
Well, Kixon waits. Head goes up, and head goes off. It's Kiyosuke. Only one. G2 win the essential fights, and they're into the B bomb site. And you mentioned how far away Tess and m0NESY were, so you can't go for this. It's a tight game again. Just when it looked like Falcons were gearing up to close it, G2 back in the fight.
You know, Hunter at the Austin Major gave an interview and said, I know how much it means to NiKo to win the Major. I know how much it means to him to perform well at the Major, but something weird keeps happening every time he steps onto these major stages. Can't even put a word to it, just something odd keeps happening. And it feels like that might be starting again here right now. Kixon with an opportunity to spray down multiple players, doesn't nearly deal enough damage as he needs. And Falcons has got to be nervous now as G2 has climbed right back in this series.
And you see in that previous round as well, when Sampaius wins that 1v2 clutch, it's NiKo who does something special, gets those 2 kills that makes an impossible retake suddenly possible again. And Sampaius steps up with a moment that might just be enough to get G2 the win here. You also heard Hunter say it's his dream to get NiKo a major when they were playing together.
Not this major, though.
And no, definitely not. He is suddenly an obstacle in his way.
Well, another tough round for Falcons with the 3 saved weapons off on m0NESY still. That's great to have. He's going to need to be productive with it because you got a couple players with pistols, Kixon and Kiyosuke, and those are the B defenders, but we're going towards long.
Oh no, it's fast. It's real fast here for G2. They're playing with momentum, they're playing with confidence, and they're playing with Falcons like their food. This is a commitment for a heavy guard all the way up towards Kiyosuke. Great shot on the Deagle, but you need more, and he just doesn't have it in him. m0NESY still around. Anything's possible when this AWP is on the server, though. It's a kill on Mattis.
He steps in front of the Molotov because he wants to fight.
He knows he has to. Kixon's only got a pistol. m0NESY doesn't get the second crack of the whip, and as soon as he goes into the open, it's Mobs to the headshot, and Kixon gone.
Bomb has been planted.
Can Kixon win it on the 5-7? It's going to be such a tough round for him to pull off here. Mobs has shoved away m0NESY, the real threat in this round. Kixon's got to get very lucky. And he doesn't. Hunter turns around the back, and it's another round that's put G2 into the lead. Somehow they're the first to reach double figures on Dust2.
5 rounds in a row, and once again, you got to throw flowers at Hunter for this calling. You're exactly right. Playing with momentum, snowballing into an unstoppable force, and G2 trusting each other to always find the trades. A lovely shot from Mobs, and that's what took away all the danger in the round.
Sampaius is running out long this time, looking for the early pick.
Double up for
Kiyosuke
Falcons.
trying to meet him. Goes for the shot, gets off the angle, caught by the flash. But here he is. Speaking of, it's a shot down onto Hunter in the lower tunnels.
Yeah, the op shot over towards long might have made Hunter feel confident to take a peek at Catwalk, but the double up switch works effectively. And now switching back over to the B bomb site. Kixon has enough utility to delay to buy time for Kiyosuke to be mobile, breaking up the smoke. Oh.
Seen a pixel of it. Couldn't take the kill.
Seeing the whole hip. Maybe just a little bit surprised. Tess is inside the A bomb site. NiKo coming up ramp in support.
Can G2 convert a 4v5?
The op is committed out towards long though. Op's out of position for this Catwalk hit. That's a grace that G2 is going to be very thankful to have, not having to go up against the snipers.
Yeah, well, they're going up against NiKo in the bomb site. And TeSeS out towards Goose. NiKo looking to beat TeSeS as Maverick, he moves forward. Making sure they do not pass right in front of him. The lineup's there. NiKo savage with the double. m0NESY's back now. They didn't have that threat just a few seconds ago, but now they do. And TeSeS still yet to reveal his position. m0NESY protects him. TeSeS not required as m0NESY pulls them right back. And we've got a tie game again.
This is the NiKo here today that's going to deliver for Falcons every time they need something. A double kill, a critical double kill, and a heavy attack. He was doing it on Ancient, he was delivering on Inferno, and still on Dust2, he's providing the impact necessary to keep Falcons in this game. The dream of the playoffs looms right around the corner, 3 rounds away for both squads. And the 5-round run from G2 is shut down.
You needed to find some stopping power. You needed to put an end to that before it rolled over the top of you.
And it's the final timeout now. And what we've seen in these timeouts throughout this half has been G2 slowing it down more out of these timeouts. They've been playing with pace. Hunter's called some very good changes of the momentum of the speed that he's utilizing. Out of these timeouts, we've normally seen them shift to a lower gear, take it a little bit more cautiously.
Now, we know that G2 had no idea about the double up setup in the last round.
They know about it now.
They know about it now. Kyosuke didn't die. They didn't get the information that he was the player with the AWP, and so you felt more comfortable going into the lower tunnels, and that's where m0NESY grabbed the opener. They don't have that opportunity now. The element of surprise is gone for the Falcons in terms of that double AWP. We'll see if that comes into play here for G2.
Both teams have some residual cash behind them as well, so this loss wouldn't completely break anyone and be devastating. They'd be able to have a shot at a rebuttal, but if any team loses money at this stage of the game, that's the red carpet laid out for the opposition. m0NESY slides over through CT spawn toward the mid-double doors. Fights we haven't seen him take yet in this half.
So Pius, a slither, a slight gap.
It's always so tense, but every opper knows not to walk into this angle. If you're on the CT side, you never slip into that crack.
Until the pressure's put on you. And m0NESY backtracks into spawn. Pius moving forward, barrel spotted, m0NESY so quick, reacts to Hunter. And that is enough to force G2 back. Consider your other options. You won't get past m0NESY, and he's coming for you. As he hunts down his second kill, it's Matt is gone. m0NESY putting Falcons into power position.
Giving him way too many chances, way too many opportunities as you sit back, and now the double up is there. Kyosuke misses the shot.
Stays alive though, 30 seconds. That's gonna be the call here for Falcons. Hold on, Kyosuke, another miss. Not known to be an AWPer as he misses yet again, but it's the no-scope and the close. Kyosuke showing he can do everything, and the Falcons head to 11.
Better without the scope than he was with it. Critical kills, but Kixon makes a smart play as well, pushing it upper tunnels, letting him know that it's all coming from middle. Only one place to pay attention, but boy does m0NESY tee him up for a dominant round, a dominant hold, and Falcons yet again regain the advantage. And now the money issues are a conversation or a topic for G2. Force up everything yet again. And it's Kyosuke with the peak. Tagged, but still finding the kill.
This story's all about NiKo in terms of the king of Counter-Strike without his crown, but it's currently his princes around him that are stepping up with the impact that might just put them in the playoffs.
I can't believe m0NESY found that gap.
He is still alive. He has found Sanctuary, and m0NESY not burning away. He can move out to safety again. He'll climb back up on short. We've got NiKo, we got TeSeS.
With this aggressive long take, Falcons going through the protocols. Clear out middle, make sure nobody's lurking. Find the lurker really quickly before G2 starts scaling up long. Unfortunately, that smoke thrown to be a fake is nothing even close as Kixon once again makes the information play. The leader finding out all the intel his team needs to win this round. But they do need to get more bodies over to the A bomb site. m0NESY's still alone. Still alone, but he might be enough. How good he is. There's the smoke for the cross.
m0NESY.
No way!
Oh my god, he is so ridiculous! The God Slayer and m0NESY followed by TeSeS out of bullets! But m0NESY is above anything that Heavy God might do! G2 crumble and the no-scopes there. m0NESY is putting Falcons into the playoffs.
All that star power that G2 let go of coming back to haunt them. Modesty is not going to let Falcons lose these last 2 rounds. He has put them in the pole position in this series.
Finally, they found the player, the mixture that is allowing the Falcons to soar. Modesty jumping for the shot on Hunter.
Unreal. Can you believe it? What a performance. But now you got to settle down because there's 1 remaining. G2's not out of the fight. AK-47 on Hunter. Tech9's otherwise a scout on Sampaius. But now that you have this chance, 2 chances to eliminate G2, to put yourself into the playoffs, you can't take a round off now. The adrenaline needs to calm down. You have every advantage in the book here in this round. That smoke providing just enough cover. So no sight, no glimpse of the players jumping catwalk, but the flashbang to clear around the corner will sell it. This is the 1 rifle. Hunter's exposed.
Oh! It is just a freak show on the server right now from Modesty. We wondered where he had gone this season. He had disappeared. His form had dropped off. He started to get back into it coming into the major, but this stage 3 hasn't been anything special, but he saved it for the magic moment.
And G2's got to be wondering why them? Why has this Modesty appeared magically out of nowhere just against us, just in these final moments of Dust2?
Once was pulling off plays like that for them.
He's taken over the game entirely.
And looking to end their major run. It is Kixan waiting here in the tunnels. He's gone. It's Kiyosuke with a shot. Matt is out of there. Kiyosuke trying his best to continue the follow-up. You talk about Modesty taking over. Well, 9 seconds left, and he can spoil the party because that's the bomb, and it's gone down. Sampaius will try, but there's no time for it. Surrounded by his deadly young princes, Counter-Strike's crownless king continues his chase for his coveted jewel. The Falcons will head into the playoffs here in Budapest, and Christmas in the Kovac household is going to be awkward.
Well, finally we see Falcons handle the pressure.